リー、オリアナ、もう海バン、こっちずっとバンされてる。試合に全く出てきません。最初にレルを取って次にレネクトンラッカンですね。レルはジャングルかサポートになるのかな。レネクトンに対してダリウスを当てていく。そしてエズリアルを見せていきます。セジャーニさんはやっぱりお金がなくても仕事できますね。 CC がたくさんあって強いし硬いし、ウルトの精度も高い。最強チャンピオンブリッツがバンされてない。このブリッツあるか。
This guy is a completely different player. He got sent down to the LFL on BDS's second team, re-earned his spot just at the start of this year, and he has been so dominant in the top lane. Tons of solo kills, leading the league. Most splits up on the top side of the map, has been doubling down on that unique style of these huge lane bully juggernaut champs as well.
I was about to mention Talia was making it through the draft so far. With the Azir and Orianna band, it could be a power pick, but it's going to be banned away by BDS. Team Wales were trying to set up for the Talia there potentially. And now Ivan taken off the board away from Shio as well. We've already seen some jungle shenanigans against Golden Guardians from Shio and Maokai.
Shio on a lot of champions, I think, can be pretty impactful, especially ones where you can get inside the enemy jungle. But we'll see, because BJ obviously very aggro on the opposite side, and if you can sort of beat Shio on those early gank times, you can generate a lead, get in your jungle, layer down vision, and protect his lanes.
So we'll see where Team Wales are going to go from here. They've got their bot lane, they've got a top lane. Pretty strong
lock in so far.
Until they know where Rel is going. So going for the Nico, great priority pick in that mid lane. And then they can find out where that Rel is going from forward.
I would love now
in here against these big engaged like mage champions, the Nico especially. If Nico tries to come in on an angle, it's a headbutt to send her completely out there. Ezreal can also say relatively safe versus the Nico, because I think before this, Nico looks like a really awesome pick. You see like a lot of melee champions that moves pretty easily. You're able to land your roots on the Nico. Ultimate's going to be catching out a lot of players, but now that All-Star really messes some things up. The Syndra as well, the Scout of the Week. If you're coming in on a flank, you're going to get stuffed as Glory on the Nico. It's very important that Glory finds ways to approach fights from the fog of war, or using, you know, the passive clone thing so that Nuke and LeBron don't realize until it's too late that it goes on.
Yeah, honestly, I'm quite liking the BDS composition just based on, like, there is so much ACC and B damage coming from this squad. Like, the one weakness you'd say is, like, maybe they could be outranged, but then when you look at what they're up against, I mean, Kai'Sa, no range whatsoever. Nico wants to get in the middle of it. Renekton wants to get in the middle of it. So it feels like this composition for BDS should be able to thrive with just like sheer damage, sheer CC, and a lot of like AoE damage as well. If you get people multiple knockups with the Alistar, with the Rel charging,
Team Wales too are kind of must dodges from BDS, right? You have to avoid Nico, you have to avoid Rakan. If you can do that, you're probably winning the fight. Team Wales going to be doing the same thing against the Scatter, the Weak, the Rel ult, the All-Star coming in. So once you clear those abilities, that's where the AD carries, I feel like, really got unleashed. As you're going to be mobile, Kai'Sa, great moment to dive into the fight. It's going to be so many fights that teeter on a knife's edge. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch, I feel.
It certainly is, and I feel like, you know, watching that series against Golden Guardians, BDS were playing with pace, you know, they weren't playing slow, they weren't just waiting for the game to come to them, they were making things happen, and I want to see that again today. But I'm curious to see Team Wales, because, you know, coming from VCS, this is a region that is renowned for their kills per minute. Like, this is the region that took the kills per minute title from LPL just a few years ago, and since then they have maintained that high kills per minute. So I'm anticipating that this should be a little bit of a bloodbath.
Yeah, Team Wales is a bit of an anomaly though, because compared to a lot of other representatives from the VCS, actually looking at them compared to all the VCS reps that have rejoined ever since the VCS started reattending, the least bloody of the early game teams
Let's
on
go.
that front. See what they do here up against BDS. Might be a little bit tough for B&J to get super involved early on, but I have to say, in a late game team fight transforming into a Darius, I feel like you're cleaning up fights when you can take over Adam.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how those fights are going to go, but we'll have to see if we ever get to
レネクトン
like the
タイター
5v5
です。
situation, because I feel like so often in an early
だからレ
game,
ネクトン
we'll
側
talk
が
about like late game
勝つために
team
イグナイトを持ってきましたね。
like, you know, in 10
1対1
minutes
で勝つため
time,
に
one team's 5k ahead. It's like, okay, we're never having a proper 5v5. But I do want to quickly mention, like, Team Wales, this is a team that I think a lot of you as a whole won't have heard of before unless you've been
結構い
watching
ま
the
す。
BDS. This is their first time at Worlds. And this has kind of come off the back of Saigon Buffalo, a team that has been to Worlds, that has represented.
このレルのジャングルスピード見ていきたいですね。
Exactly.
ど
Well,
れ
the
ぐらい
team
なのか。
sort of disbanded at the end of
ナー
spring.
フされてはいると思うんですけれども。
And B&J was one of the players that came from that roster, joined Team Wales, and has brought a lot of power with him. He's one of the big reasons why this team has made it. The team generally loves to play around the bottom lane, but we're looking tough for
ダ
now
リウ
as
ス当然
Adam
レベル1で
just
バトル
charging
します。
straight
負ける
in
要
for
素
the
ないですから。
1v1 to kick it off.
Sparta wins those though.
そしてレネクトンは
Adam flashing onto Sparta.
わあ
Chatham in the top lane. That's just. I mean,
わあこのフラッシュに価値がありますね。これはレネクトンとアーシードじゃないので。いやもうトップ終わりだ。終わった。
But he has so much presence up here.
What the-
He knows the enemy jungler is on the bottom side. He should be able to just get
レ
a
ネ
crash
クトン
to
トラン
free
トレード
And
な
he's
の
doing
か。
this because Sparta has Ignite on the other side too. So he's like, I need to take control of this lane.
レネクトンの
Quickly
フラッ
get
シュ。
that bio. Sparta's never going to be able to fight me. He walked in and warded B&J's red buff
いやあれ
initially
フラッ
as
シュ
well.
インと
So
ゴースト
B&J might
両
have
方
a chance
使い
to
ました
avoid
よ
vision.
ダ
Check
リウ
this
ス。
out. Missing ping on the red buff. The timing is B&J could have cleared 3 camps, but he has
これは
avoided
価値があ
vision
ったでしょう。
entirely. And Adam is super pushed up with no sums. The thing is, his minion wave is so large, and Shio is looking to cover. Shio knows how his top lane to play, but the gank opportunity fizzles out.
And on top of that, like Sparta's so
Oh
low
my
that
god, they're diving.
even if you go for, oh,
いや
hang
これは
on.
もうだいぶでしょ。
Not, they're
だいぶ
actually
でしょ。
going to go for this one. B&J's in the area. This could get dangerous. Apprehend in. The stun is there. Good dash away
見せ
from
ましただいぶ。
Sparta. Negates the play. I love this though. Straight
もう
off
一
the
回や
bat,
れる
we
か
are seeing
ディエゴが
BDS
間に合うけど
taking this game into
無
that.
理でしょ
Yeah, they just
さ
want
す
to
が
keep
に。
pressuring here as well, because anything, Sparta's going to be missing minions. BA looking around mid lane for Nuke. Nice scout of the week though, he's too close to tower to actually make anything happen.
そうですねレネクトンもこの方も予測してなかったですよ。
The turret that was hitting a caster minion behind Adam, not hitting Adam.
いやーこれタワー下のシス取りに行けない。
Loses the flash. Sparta
取りに行けないこれ。
kill, and the minions exactly. I was gonna say when you're fighting
いや
underneath the
ー
tower, oftentimes you know the blinders go on and you
これトッ
just
プ
go for
で
the kill. But BDS
すごい
just
激しい
denied
バトルが起こってるので
minions that I saw underneath the tower just off of those 2
お互い
dive
に
looks
ずっとトッ
at
プ見て
Sparta.
ます
The man is hurting in the top lane, and it's all off of that pressure from
こんな
Shio.
試合珍しいぞ
As well. Shio, he may be a camp
今
or
ま
two
でずっ
down
と
now,
ト
but
ップ
BJ
放置されてたのに
trying to come back up. Oh, BJ's going to walk in. Does drop the ward, though. He'll get out with his life by the looks of things here. Moving back up towards that top side. Shio now keeping BJ interested. He's actually winning the 1v1.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous because BJ, what else is there to do? All his camps could except Raptors, so he wants to look for the top side gank.
これは
Shio
お
has
互いに
only cleared the
TT いらない
three
と
bot side camps. His Raptors
お
have
互いに
respawned
TT ありません
before he's cleared any of his top side camps, and he's still top
God.
lane.
He's actually going to go for this again. He flashes
レネクトンのフラッシュ死んだ
You're
Nice.
going nowhere. Apprehended and taken down.
Yeah,
Shio
これ
jousting towards victory.
トップレーンの CS
Play
さ
top lane in solo queue.
これ全部
You
ウェ
have
ーブ
known
が
the situation
ディ
Sparta
エゴ
has
がウェー
found
ブ
himself
食べますけれ
in,
ど
where
も
the enemy jungle refuses to clear his camps, and you're like, eventually you just gotta step up and farm a minion. He's only got 12, but he just one after another after another. B&J's right there, just shadowing
GP ないん
him,
で
but
すよ
it
いるないとなの
doesn't
で
matter without any sums.
It's just brutal. He's been absolutely
い
brutal.
やートップレーンもうおしまいだ
Down
おしまい
5 minutes. That is, I mean, can you recover from this is the question. He's going to need some help from B&J, but it might be a matter for Team Wales of abandoning this top lane and trying to play through bot.
この
What
殺
are
意
you gonna do? I mean, B&J was trying to reset as
Wow.
well, so not only does Sparta die, B&J like wastes so much time here picking the wave up while camps are still alive. on the
ワニさん
bot side.
土下座で
Finally,
す
Shio goes back, takes Scuttle Crab, takes 2 of the camps on the top side.
土下座したいんですけどワニさんのプッシュウェーブなんですよ
Compared to B&J, but Viego with no flash is not going to do anything in terms of actually finding a gank window. Maybe he tries, but it's so tough because now he has to cover for topside. This wave is pushing into Adam's side. See that? There's 6-7 ranged minions.
ワニさんフラッシュないのでレルのフラッシュイン避けることができませんでした。土下座した頭叩き割られそう。土下座した上でボコボコにされます。
I expect Shio to just stay here pretty much all game at this point as he charges on it.
ああ、かわいそう。
Another kill for Adam as they
かわいそう。
decimate this top side. The Ignite's going to be used and he won't have a TP for
この人ダリウスメインですから。
for team waves.
How to watch just two players win an entire map. The tutorial, Adam and Shio. I mean, bot side is doing well for BDS. They're up 12 CS.
いや、同情します。これは同じトッププレイヤーとして。
The fact is, like, BJ was in position to try and cover Sparta. You have to cover Sparta there. It doesn't matter that you know Shio is taking a reset and has all of his camps on the bot side up. That wave is pushing in. There is an angle
そしてウェーブを仕込んだということはまたレネクトンのプッシュウェーブなんですよ。もう何もできないトップレーン。本当に終わり。
Flash here as BJ tries to get into the lane. Lebrov low, but does still have his own flash available. Stunned up.
牛くん。
Oh, yeah, stun went through.
焼肉にされる。
Trying to block that, I believe, but Lebrov survives, and that's what's important. Actually kept his flash alive as well.
As I was saying, though, I mean, hold on, because Adam's level 6. Flashes
そしてドイツの差もあるんですよ。トレードスチールキャップ対普通のドイツ。足の速さもダリウスに負けているので。
Could be in trouble here. It's a great route to answer, though. Will survive. Not quite enough damage from Nuke at this point. The Dark Seal in pocket. You know that this is a team BDS that want to snowball. They had a very fast win in game number 1.
また死ぬのか。
So far, so good to try and replicate. Sparta trying to answer this one. Ignite available, but
なんとか逃げました。
Good news for him. Jungler's on the bot side of the map, so surely Sparta's not going to get dove. Although
セーフなんですけど、まあワニさんフラッシュはある。
Maybe he just
フラッシュはある。
down 30 CS at the moment.
これが後出しでダリウスを出した意味ですか。
BDS, our team that
こんなにトップレーンが映す映像が映される試合も珍しいぞ。
on the map. He's not going to go for the full roam this time because they realize, hey, we have full bot prio. Mid lane's looking good as well. So he rewards the enemy jungle. Look at the coverage. Ward on red buff. There's that control ward to the left of red buff as well that's going to last a long, long time. You're not going to do anything as Bean J on the top side of the map this game.
And in the meantime, the bottom side are ahead as well. 10 CS, they've got prio to force this Drake as well. And Sean Nuke falling a little bit behind.
ダリウスの E はクールダウン20秒以上ありますから。
That was a weird.
今のウルト何だったんだ。
Dory was really considering the flash there because Bia could follow him up, but then right when he was about to, sees Lebrov come out of the front door, cancels it.
Yeah, but still got the flash out from Nuke, who was predicting the flash from Glory. As now, with no flash available, Root might just be taken down here. That's a nice little kill, but a solo kill in the meantime. Shadow,
he wants more.
Just take it over. BJ gets their hair rolled, but Adam's here to try and apprehend it.
Okay. Team Wales, let's keep fighting around mid. Let's try to fight around bot. Top lane is a disaster. We ignore that entirely. But the angle they just looked for in mid was fantastic. Burn the flash, then immediate repeat, and they find the punish.
Second, Shio might be going for something here. Charges in and takes the red
Shio,
buff away.
big counter jungler in the LEC.
Honestly, he's just not giving BJ a second to breathe. And I want to... let's do the replay, and then I'll come back to it.
Right, I'm going to guess that he uses his abilities. Okay, there we go. W to slow. Yep. Sparta uses abilities to run. And Adam kills. Okay, yep. That's how that works.
Going full French, he loves a guillotine. As Sparta could be in trouble again. Shio is here, pulls them in, knocks them both up. The sustain is there. BJ bleeds to death. Sparta's gonna be next. Coming back up quickness though. Oh! Just the buffer is beautiful from Adam as he looks for a little bit more as well. And he still lives on! Adam is unstoppable!
Adam is here, and he's not here to play games. He's here to take names. Top lane
チャームの CC 時間中にダイスが中を打ったので CC 時間を打ち消すような形になりましたか。
It's just disturbing what he and Shu have done this game to the top lane.
いやー、今のは最後のチャンスだったかもしれない。ダリウスを倒す。
Artemis, that's their usual game plan, and they feel like they can't this game. They feel like they have to focus on Adam, so they're playing against their usual strengths anyway.
Just give up. It's not gonna work. You think Adam's by himself? He isn't.
これスタック溜まっちゃったんですよ。5スタック。
Best friends on the top side.
5スタック溜まっちゃって、レベルの低いジャングルが先に倒されてしまうと。
Maximum damage on the outside there. Here again, Sparta tries to walk in. While he's charmed, that Q still
ちょっと映像に乱れがありますね。
They just cannot finish it off.
I mean, I'd love to see the total number of like healing in that fight from Adam, because he got solo so many times. Oh my god, he's done it again.
Does he just
Is the
bleed?
bleed enough?
かわいそう
There's a pot ticking away. The bleed is there. Is it? Oh, you better believe it is. Adam just can't stop.
これソロ
See,
級で
remember I
す。
told you that's a different player than Fnatic Adam?
Yeah.
Yeah, different player.
No, yeah, I'm with you.
Completely.
I'm
Yeah.
with you.
This is his name isn't even Adam anymore. We call him Chatham.
Yeah, this
これは
is something else. Like, I can't remember the last time I saw a player have this many solo kills. Have a 6-0
でもだいぶ前にトップ終わっちゃってたけど、
I mean, he's making it look like 2015 Juggernaut patch Darius. Like, I
Waini-san
don't know what to
ボットに逃
say.
げますね。
Like, is this C9 balls in the top lane or is it Adam? It's just disgusting either way.
Yeah, this is something
いや
else.
ー、ここまでになっちゃうか。トップのレベル差が
Trying to get control of the rest of the
3。CS 差
map
45、プレート差4 枚。
relatively even. You've got a minor
Kill
lead
差
there.
6。
Glory did manage to get the kill alongside BJ.
トップだけで
I
3
think it
ケ
was
ー
Pierre
スあ
actually.
る。
In the mid lane onto Nuke, but aside from that, you're really struggling. And
いや
Shio,
12分3000ゴールド差はさすがに
this camp happen up
見
towards
たこと
Adam.
ないですよ。
It's actually even because BJ had to spend so much time trying to answer the camp.
Yeah. It's upsetting, honestly. I will say, I'm a big fan of coping. So,
見てて
Team
楽
Wells,
しい。
what do we
そうで
do
す
here?
ね、僕もトップレーナーですから見てて楽しいですよ。
Sparta's gonna farm under turret as well as he can. He's probably gonna die a few more times. That's okay. We need to start investing in other areas on the map. That's gonna be around your duo lane.
でも
around
ダリ
mid
ウス
lane.
の
I think
対面
Glory's
結局
definitely a
ト
player
ッ
you
プ
can
レ
get
ーンは
behind.
こうなっちゃうんですよ。
The lead.
メレー
Now
だ
we're
から
gonna get some turret plates into the Kai'Sa's pockets as well. So lovely. That's
ミニ
exactly
オン
what
を
we
ミ
need
ニオン
to be
に
doing
近づいて
for Team Wales.
攻撃し
Now
な
when
いと
it comes to team
CS 取れないので
It is a hope and a prayer that we can kill
こ
Adam
うなって
and
しまうん
that
ですよ。
BJ can assume
どうあがい
his
ても
form in the fight. You turn into
こうな
that
らないようにするに
turbo
は
fed Darius,
CS と
all of a
経
sudden,
験値
all
と
the
ゴー
early
ルドを
games
捨てるし
doesn't
かない。
matter. You're taking that for yourself, all those items. Those fights could genuinely turn.
It's actually a genius strategy from
Oh
BJ.
yeah, it's the
He's like,
strategy. Yep.
get
アダム
Darius
参謀
really
が
fed
ダリウ
so
ス
I
使い
can
始
be
め
the
るで
really
しょ。
fed Darius.
Sparta is just so smart.
ドシャ
It's
で
all part of the
す。
plan.
ドシ
I
ン。
can't believe how much the bleed did. As well.
ワニさん
He's
Oh,
potioning. Like the
Bunny
man's
san!
glowing green. And oh.
not anymore, he ain't. Not anymore. Not even a blink of emotion there. Puts a little grin on as the bleed finishes him off. Oh dear, Adam is having the time of his life on the stage right now, and rightly so.
Luke is top lane right now, but I don't think that's going to matter for Team Wales. Glory wants a reset, and as a matter of fact, that's just a lot of
もう笑う
minions
しかない
lost
で
on the
す。
top side. As soon as actually all these players are showing they're teleporting in, they want the fight.
Rob stepping backwards, does dodge away from the stun from BJ
いや
there.
これが
Great
ずっと
taken.
バーンされ続けて
A
た
little bit
ア
too
ダム
late
の
to
ダ
the
リウス。
party to actually try and contest anything. And in the meantime, no teleport available because Sparta has Ignite, and that means that Nuke can just take a tower for free.
Yeah.
これが
I think
バ
Team
ン
Wales
から
went for
漏れ
that
てし
because
まうと
turret
こうなる
plates
と
were going down.
いう
I
こ
think
とを
initially
世界
Glory
に見
went
せて
for
ますよ
top lane, then
今。
realized, hey, it's 14 minutes, so Nuke by staying up there isn't actually going to get a ton of
Lord.
gold.
Good lord.
Okay.
3,500 gold. 14 minutes
で
on a
も
single
これがで
player.
きるの強いな。
Huh.
使える最後のダリウス。
I'm trying to like find a way to
ダリウ
contextualize
スに
this.
満足の嫌
It's
す
like
ぎるだろう。
that's a full
でも
mythic.
これ
Yeah,
は
yeah, but it's like you're playing like an
咲かないといけない
RPG
かも
game
しれ
and
な
you
い。
get to the late game and you just have like $400 million. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, you just buy all the luxury items. Like, Adam is just full luxury. He has Strikebreaker plus boots
こ
plus
ういうのが
some
チー
components
ムを
there
楽にしてます
to
よ
a。phage.
これだけ試合
That's
を
the
破
top
壊で
lane
きる。
matchup currently.
I mean, the funny thing is as well, like when you look at the
Kick
goal
to-
difference between the two teams, Adam's individual lead is
実力があ
higher
れば
than the goal difference
ダリウ
between
ス
the
のいい。
teams
こ
currently.
れ当たるのってのやこれ
He's
当たら
kind
ん
of
のっ
hoping
て
the
の
rest of the team will pick it
は
up maybe at this point, but yeah, getting a good engage here. Nuke in trouble.
Nice.
ちょっと難しい
BJ.
スキルではありますね。当たり判定が。
On the bottom side, there's BDS in the meantime. We're going for the Herald.
Yeah, that's
シンドラ
exactly
さ
what
ん
you need to
フ
look
ラッ
for.
シュを
Look
切
for
った上で
cross
指
map
導。
plays. Sacrifice Herald, but Sparta gets easily farm in that bot side. BJ gets the kill. Artemis has push in mid. Like, they actually get to win in 2 lanes very briefly for the price of the Herald. Difficulty is going to be, of course, it's not so simple to do that for the coming Dragons because BDS are a team that puts so much
レ
priority
ネクト
on
は今
stacking the
喜んで
Dragons
ます
early.
よ。
They
ダリウスと
force
解明
you
しなくて
into
いいな
those
と。
fights in the mid game. Maybe Team Wales can give the next one because, frankly, if Adam shows up, it is completely Jover. But that fourth Drake, they're
い
going to
や
have
レネクト
to
が
put
生
up
き生きしてます。
Gonna have to.
嬉しそう。
Especially with Mountain, especially with the Alistair, the Rel, you're going to get so much value out of that kind of Drake sort of game. And it's not like, I think the thing that I'm struggling with in this one is like BDS are so far ahead through Adam in this one. And while Nuke is behind in the mid lane, Crowny has a ever so slight
レネク
CS
ト
lead.
ンはまだ
There's
全
no
然
difference in
コア
how
ア
he
イテムは
carries
でき
here.
ないか。
Like,
あ、できました。ゴードリンか。
Ezreal and Sin,
ナイス。
it's not like they need to be ahead right now. It's not like these are champions that are going to fall off later on. Like BDS, they're absolutely chilling.
Let's make a pact.
まあ惜しい。
Let's not
Nice try.
talk about Adam
Okay.
until 20 minutes minimum. Let's see if we can do it.
Darius,
Obviously, there's no
次は
fight. We're
何
gonna
買う
have
ん
to
だ。
say the name. But I
ハローブレイカー
am
かな。
personally tiring
あ
of
のアイテ
talking
ムは。
about how far ahead that player is. So I think it's really important to say Glory has the second highest damage.
モンスターフライ、フォーさん。
Yeah.
サブスクライブ
He certainly
じゃない、
does.
フォローありがとうございます。
Managed to get
If you
$600
double it,
ahead
it still
of
doesn't catch
Sparta.
the other number, but it's all good.
I just want to let
た
everyone
だい
know
ま
as
レ
well,
ネ
this
ク
is
ト
our
ンが
featured
涙を流
matchup
してます。
presented by Mercedes-Benz
かわいそう。
BDS versus Team Wales here as the VCT second seed tries to make their name on the international stage in their international debut. And so far,
ちょっと間違えてしまいましたけれども、
says no.
これもご愛嬌と。
Indeed. Glory going to be able to pick up this turret on the top side. Overall, only 2.5, 3k down. But this mid lane turret is certainly going to be falling on the push right there. 4 players grouped up as BDS jump onto BJ. He's going to have to ult out.
ビエゴのウルトを使わせました
Still
よ。
in trouble. He has to
フラッシュも
flash.
使わせた。
The second time now, he's just been forced away.
これは大きい。
Demanded to use his ultimate to escape. And if you just look at the minimap,
いや、
currently, like
BDS
the
強いな。
of how
強い。
much vision, forward vision BDS have make the game impossible to play because Team Wales looking for the cross map pressure or anything like this, it doesn't work if
これ
BDS
ダ
are
リウス
just
の
pushing
シャッ
into
ト
mid
ダウ
and
ンを
looking
ど
for
うにか
picks
して
doesn't work
回収
if
し
they
たい
see
け
it
れど
coming
も。
a mile away.
Nuke could be in trouble here as Glory tries to move up. No, he's
さらば
not.
です。
They toggled vision. Even I was baited. And Glory goes down. As we're not at 20 minutes yet. I
本当だ。
won't mention his
Yep,
name,
yep.
but a certain
なん
player
でですか。
may have just breasted 7 kills.
Nuke just at the
お
end
か
of
し
the
いですよ。
fishing line right there, just reels Glory on in.
川
Completely destroyed. But this is
川
what I'm
のゴ
talking
ールドを
about.
手
There's
に
just
入れたか
pings
な。
non-stop.
エスリアル。
I actually don't think Glory hit
CS も結構取ってはいるし。
He avoided that narrowly as the base was being channeled there, but it doesn't matter. He showed up on the vision when it mattered, and now we're just 15 seconds off of Drake.
あとはチーム全体のゴールドが勝ってると賞金つきやすいですね。
For a reset here, only has 1 ward on the support item.
逆にチーム全体のゴールドが負けてると賞金つきにくい。
That's not going to work cross mapping around this Renekton though, perhaps.
BDS はチームゴールド
support and
3000ゴールド勝ってますから、
that ward on the enemy blue buff, which he does.
賞金がつきやすい状態にはなってますよ。
The one thing I'm looking towards for Team Wales here is, you know, Artemis now 2 items, or 2.5 items on this Kai'Sa. The guy's known as a bit of a teamfight monster. Like, this team's identity
ミクロが
is
す
not
ごいん
really
ですわ。
about slaughtering the early game. It's much more about
普通の人間とは違いますよ。
So hopefully there's a situation where, you know, we've seen already Kai'Sa's absolutely assassinating people.
Yeah.
We've seen what this pick can do with the right situation. I mean, Kai'Sa versus Ezreal, almost a famous matchup for being able to just one-shot the Ezreal. So
ダリウス
BDS,
2個は
even though
完
they
成で
are ahead,
す。
even though they've
スト
got a
ッ
big
プ
lead
ステラ
on that
ック
top side,
買いま
like,
し
they
た。
do need to be cautious on how they play because you misstep for just a second,
ステラック
you
ス
are
トラ
going
イ
to
ド。
get one-shot.
It's true. I'm
グランブル
kind
で
of
レ
of
ネ
two
クトン
minds
と
about this
ビエ
Kai'Sa
ゴの
build
対
because
策をしてい
obviously
く。
like all inning on the lethality early is so much burst damage, especially on squishies. But if you're forced into a position where you have to fight front to back here and you're just hitting a Darius, a Sejuani, and All-Star, like that's going to be neutralized pretty heavily. And I know, the guys like to dip.
カイサも通行はちょっとですね。カイサの買ってるアイテムは安いので、どんどんビルドが進んでいきますよ。宿を降りたダリウスのシャットダウンを回収しようと思ってます。さすがにダメです。中全員に入ったからな。回復量がダリウスの回復量があいやステラット特注の回復2回発動して生き残りました。終わりだ。
Yeah, Glory's going to try and get away. I don't know if they're going to make chase properly, but actually it looks like Brownie wants to head up towards that direction. Glory tagged. So the slow should be in play as they look towards Scatter the Weak potentially. Glory trying to get out with his life. But they will not allow a single soul to escape. BDS, they take Baron. They take a delayed ace. They might even get a tier 2 in the mid lane.
Adam goes legendary in that fight.
トップレも割られてる。誰か助けて。
Adam just would not die. The fact that his Q is hitting 3, 4 players every single time, that's just an absurd.
トップレーンで3レベル差なんてつくことないですよ。普通。
BDS coming into this tournament looks so good now.
彼もうまいですよ。生きては返さない。生きては返さないという意志を感じる。わあ、全員に4人に中入れてますよ。ダリウスが。ここも3人に中とストライド入れてる。わあ。
Onto Artemis just does like 2/3 of his health.
Yeah, he's been breaking ankles all game.
Adam didn't even like go towards Artemis to try and finish him. He just walked off to the rest of the team. He's like, you get that one, Crowny. That one's for you. That's a little freebie. I'm gonna go.
ダリウスさん、こんなに強いチャンピオンなんですか。こんなに強いダリウス見たことないぞ。
Count your minions. Okay.
He's not gonna get away with
There's
this.
4 melee minions. I wonder which one's the Nico.
次のダリウスのアイテムは今度こそハルブレイダーか。あのハンマーのハンマーを素材にしたアイテムってハルブレイカーしか思いつかないぞ。まだ何かあったっけね。おお、反応していく。勝利に課金は不要ってロールの CM で言ってたんですけれども、そのダリウスは課金ジャンプか。さすがに強すぎる。
From level 1 with Adam flashing onto the face of Sparta in the top lane. Shio never
いや、これがスノーボール。
Adam literally started the game by ganking his own lane.
序盤の有利を試合の終わりまでずっと。
14-2, a 24-minute win here. BDS, they have shown
ずっと有利を膨らませてましたよ。このダリウスをきっかけにして。ちょっとやりすぎか。15対2、GG。これはもうダリウス版でしょ。
Welcome to Worlds BDS. After the 3-0 to qualify versus Golden Guardians,
ダリウスをバンするしかない。
good here in their Olaf in terms of the early levels of the lane phase, and as Garen's no joke either.
おお、ダリウス消しましたよ。ダリウス消されたのでレネクトンを出していくと。
A player like Adam on your team that has these pocket picks, it doesn't mean he can't play meta picks. I mean, Renekton, like when you think of the champions Adam plays,
レネクトンのお手本見せてくれるそうです。アダムさんが。
It's the best pick of the meta. Like, it still makes sense for him to play that meta pick and take it away from Star.
Oh, want to hear my T? My T is I think Adam
ワニさん、勝ったことあるっけ。
because he's so confident in the top lane matchup, and he doesn't
ワ
want
ニ
to
さんの
show
勝率
any more of his
高いイメージが
1v1
ないですよ。
You know, it's like I don't want to show them that I'll just flash on you at Darius level. I don't want to show you what I do with my set. I don't want to show you any of that. I can just take the Renekton and crush in that 1 versus 1. But already, I think this is a good start for Team Wales, especially with Cassante coming in for topside as a very
カサンテはタンクチャンピオン。当然序盤はレネクトンの方が
allowed to play through
まあ
Artemis
有
on the
利
bot
だ
side
とは
of the
思
map,
うんですけれ
that
ども
is a
どんどん
completely
と
different story
重ねて強くなっていきま
with
しょう
Team Wales in game 2.
I've got to say, for me, it's
Kari
quite
and Red.
disappointing that Sparta isn't like a Pantheon one trick. I feel like
That
in
is
like Sparta,
so real of you.
you
Red
want,
が
like,
サポート
a bit
と
more.
ジャングル
Anyway,
の
we
フレ
do
ック
get
ス
a
か
Talia coming on through,
さ
which
すがにジャングル
wasn't
か
that much Talia. I think it's been banned every
No
game today
chance.
so far. We are going to see that
Yo,
come
ne-
through for Nuke. I assume for Nuke, depends on. We can have a double flex here, honestly.
Yeah,
for
the BDS are keeping options open, but I'm kind of with you.
ノー
on
チラ
that
ス
one
で
in
行きまし
terms
た
of the actual
いいでしょう
assignments. Meanwhile, Nautilus, very common pairing with the Kai'Sa on the bot side. Really easy to just sort of set up the passive procs on the Kai'Sa. Good damage there too if you're looking for all-ins. Nautilus base damage is very, very high for those 2v2 lanes. But we'll see, because I mean, already I think that Team Wales are reading that it is going to be Rel into the jungle for Shio, because otherwise maybe you keep options open and can play things like the Braum plus Kai'Sa, probably not your favorite 2 versus 2
DFM
on
はま
the
だ
bot
チャン
side,
ス
so
がある
it
と
all
いう
makes
こと
sense.
な
They're
の
just
で
taking things that
こ
are
れからも応援していきま
not
しょう
really too contested at the moment.
ジェイスバンノク
Yeah,
ターンバン
interesting to see the Jace ban. They obviously don't think Talia's going mid. And, you know, with the Nocturne ban coming on through, you'd anticipate if you want to take the Talia to mid, you probably want to ban something like
Nocturne
Zia,
も
maybe.
結
Like,
構
get rid of
バン
some of
率
these
高いですね
difficult to deal with control mages for Talia. If they're not banning that, that does kind of signal
ヨ
that
ネバン
maybe it is going to be, you know, Shio taking that, the Rel going down into the support role as well.
Yeah, in the meantime, Nocturne banned away. BJ did play that 4 times over the course of the summer. You know, makes sense from the region that spawned the Levi, right? The Nautilus, you know, lane or the Nautilus, the Nocturne lane swap, all that nonsense gets taken away. So
Diego.
BJ likely just goes back to that Viego. Makes some sense for him. He was not able to have really much early impact, just tried to trail
This
on
is
the top side, but I think now you really are looking to have Kasante completely neutralize top lane, and that frees
やっ
BJ
ぱ
up
り
farm,
エズリアル
play
カイ
around
サ
to
が
the bot side.
かなり出てきますか
Ezreal potentially
正
going to be
直強いです
available
な
for them once again. Currently looking good in the previous game. Certainly a powerful pick right now.
He also just
あ
loves
LGL
Gesture.
で
Like, the man
散
will
々腕
any
方やったから
excuse he can
今
have to lock
回
in
の
the Ezreal, he'll
LGL
take
決
that.
勝
I feel
は
like it's one of
3
these things
人
as
だ
well
ったか
where
な
a lot of the time, oh, it is actually going to be Talia back in the mid lane. A lot of the time, like people talk about Kai'Sa versus Ezreal being very Kai'Sa favored, but the problem is that's very exclusively in like the direct
グラウム
1v1.
出しましたエースグラウムです
A lot of games, you'll see this matchup, and Ezreal can kind of
そ
bypass
して
a
ミッ
lot
ド
of
は
that
タリア
potential
対シンド
assassination,
ラと
especially when you got a Braum alongside.
Yeah, you just sort of play range, play poke. Braum, like you're saying, can eat it all up. And then, when all things considered, between Ezreal and Talia sort of fishing with those W's to sort of
まあこ
isolate
の
a
タ
player,
リア
pick
の
them
石
up,
畳
get a ton of
こ
burst
のスキル
damage,
が
ability
大
to
きいです
jump
から
on players. You can also combo the Talia W with
この
Rel
石畳に
so
引っかからない
nicely.
よう
Rel
にどうにか
brings everyone together, and then your W can hit 3, 4 players.
タリアの石畳強すぎる
Really
なんで
nice
あれにスタンを追加したんだ
on that front for Team BDS, but also just a very different look for them overall. This is definitely a game where Nuke can get a little bit more involved around the map, and it's not going to be as focused on Adam's lane dominance.
I do like this composition from Team Wales as well, where you've got Sparta on the
タリア
Kasante
対シンドラ
who can kind of absorb a lot of pressure up at the
トッ
top
プは
side.
レ
Like,
ネク
I'm
対
still
カサンテ
favouring Adam after what we saw in game number 1, but I feel like you can kind of relax a little bit from BJ's perspective and look towards your bottom lane, look towards getting this kind of
ブラウムさんも地味にバフされ続けているチャンピオンですからチャンピオンパワー自体はなかなか高いと思いますよノーチラスのフックに対しても
And they're going to be
耐性あり
right?
ますし
Because I do think they can get some pressure on the bot side. Really hard to play for kills though, right? Between Braum and Ezreal, it's hard to stick damage on those champions. They're very slippery as well. So I see this as a game where maybe it's a little bit more about BJ covering,
いややっ
getting
ぱ
priority,
り
putting damage inside the
WCS
enemy jungle,
世界
taking
全体の
crap
レベルも
early
どんどん
dragons,
上が
all
って
those
ま
things.
す
A
よ
bit
ね
more of a controlled early
みん
game
な強
from
い
Team Wales, which I'm sure they would love
簡
to
単
see
じゃないですよ
after how
勝ち抜く
haywire
のが
game 1 went.
Yeah, well, game number 1, absolutely brutal
Redo
from the
かっ
side
こいいな
of
このスキル
BDS. But the same was true against Golden Guardians. Then game number 2, things went a little bit pear-shaped for BDS in the early game against Golden Guardians. They still managed to come back and win by the end of things. But perhaps Team Wales can find some opportunities. Certainly a less aggressive front from BDS. What we saw in game number 1, Artemis will get away.
Yeah, if Nuke took the
シンド
pathing
ラが
around the left side there, I think there
あ
might
れは
have
な
been
ん
an
だ
angle.
フェイズラッシ
Probably
ュ
required starting double.
ファーストストライクで
Not
しょ
preferred on the Talia, but it's always there. It's always worth shouting out though that BDS
Shindra
were
が
really
ファースト
known, especially in their
ストライクで
run in the spring split where they made all the way to the
タ
finals.
リアがフェ
A
ー
lot of
ズラッ
people
シ
had
ュ
them as favorites to win
へ
that.
え
Of course, we all know Mad Lions ended up winning that and moving on to MSI. But BDS were really known for a lot
Start
of
item
level
も
1
特に
ideas with the invade. And when you have Talia, Ezreal, Braum, like those three champions are
あ、
just
シンドラエアリーか。
at level 1. So no surprise to see them go for that. Team Wales sort of navigate their way out of what could have been a potentially hairy situation. But it's all about putting early vision
ス
down
タートアイ
inside
テ
the
ムも
enemy
特に
jungle,
変わっ
right?
た
You've
ものは
got
ない
that
ですね。
ward on the
ない
blue
で
buff
す。
there. Over on the side, you know, that circle's not going to go away for a long time. I hate to break it to you. My telestrator just turned off. So we're going to have a circle on the minimap.
You know, I like circles.
Just be aware that there are jungle camps down there.
Yeah, so...
And there's a ward on one jungle camp. Just like in game 1.
まあ、このマッチアップならさっきみたいなことにはならないでしょう。
Yeah,
No more
don't
circle.
forget as well, everyone at home, you might be able to win a circle or not, but if you connect your League of Legends account with Prime Gaming, you can get a Heimerdinger emote. It's
い
experimental.
やいや、なっちゃったらちょっ
Kinda
と
like a circle.
すごいことですよ。
It's
Circle
yellow,
glasses.
like it's similar. Yeah, circular glasses. We'll take that. It's good enough for me. As yeah,
ダメージトレードしていく。アフターショックでノーチラス硬いです。
Alright, so
ナイスアフター
BDS
ショック。
fully aware of sort of the early pathing of BJ, knows he's got to be starting on the top side of the map. So now BDS walk in, donate the extra hit
お
to
ー、
Shio
ワ
gold there.
ードのラストヒットをちゃんと ADC に譲っていくんですよ。
And now is Shio doing the exact same thing, just flipped onto the bot
シンドラ
side
の
of the map.
注
It
意を当
just
て
looks
てい
like
く。
game 1 all over again. Lebrov and Crowny look for the level 1 all-in with the Ezreal and Braum synergy, and now with that priority, instead of ganking, it's just going to be Shio stealing away a camp. This dude loves to live inside the enemy jungle.
Yeah, it feels like Shio's literally just switched which side of the map he's playing for. Good little knockback onto Glory
痛
here
そう、
from
痛そう、
Nuke.
シンドラ。
Gathering weak. Doesn't quite land flash available, but not going to go forwards here.
でも
BJ's
ポーショ
in
ン
the
は
area.
Yeah, he
ポー
actually
ション
read
の
this
数
invade
を
happen. He
数え
didn't
る
see
と
it, had no info other
そ
than
ん
the
なに
fact that
体
Lebrov
力差
was
ない
went
で
into
すよ。
the fog for a
ミッ
second.
ドレーンは。
So by doing that and by not
彼
wasting
は
any
もう
time,
2本ポーション
he
飲ん
now
でますから。
very likely snags all three camps on
シ
the
ンドラ
top
は
side. I think
1本
Shio's gonna
余った
continue
状
playing
態
around
で
bot. There might be an
レーニン
angle
グ
to
してます
threaten a look
もう
at
一
a
本
dive.
飲まな
Probably
く
not
て
all
大丈夫な
in
の
for
か。
that, but if you want to do it similar to game 1, where it's denying away minions underneath the tower, now that he's found that the wolves are offline, could be an angle. Actually, mid lane might be a little juicier with how forward Glory is
お互い
playing.
のジャングルがあってギガーに入ってますね。
North left side of the lane, like he is now, to deny that gank from Shio. And with that positioning, can't really do it.
North left is an
North left.
interesting combination of directions.
North
there.
by north left. That's a famous movie, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we'll run with it. Why not? As Shio wants to move into the mid lane.
He goes to the upper
Glory
west this time.
moves upwards.
でも
But Nuke has this wave.
当然上側に体を寄せていると。
as well. Doesn't know that BJ
敵のジャングルが下にいることは分かってますから。
Shio actually using everything on the crab here. It's stolen away by Glory. Shio might just have to flash over the wall here. He's kind of just duking it out right now for the time being. He's gonna be. He's still.
LeBron is here. Like he was trying to buy time.
あれフラッシュたかないまま
Dude
死
just
んじゃったな。
completely sprinted up out of that bot lane. But it ends up looking a little bit like an int there from Shio. Did have the flash to escape. Just thought he could live a little bit longer.
Unfortunate for him is trying to trade once again with Sparta, but Sparta doing a much better job.
トップレはお互いにポーションがないとレネクトンが1ウェーブ CS 使ってますね。カサンテラキャノン落としました。悲しいです。
Yeah, I don't care if Sparta has 0 CS. As long as he has 0 deaths, we're chilling. You know, he's going to be all right up there.
リプレイ見たいな。
Covering the lane, but I mean, when you look at the jungle matchup now, BJ is a phenomenal spot. A lot of damage onto Nuke, but he's okay. Just needs a reset without any mana there either. But I mean, and the fact that he obviously gets the
ミッ
kill,
ド
but
レーンで
also
はシ
got
ンド
extra
ラ
camp
が
off the
結
invade
構
on the bot side
CS
because
有
he
利です。
read what Shio was trying to do. Again,
やっぱり
all
後
stuff
出し
that
した
was
し
not
そういうこと
based
なの
off
か。
of vision. That was close.
危
Was
な
not
かっ
based
た。
off vision.
当た
That
っ
was
た
based
ら
off of very good game sense
イグ
from
ナイト込み
BJ,
で
and he's a player you gotta keep
や
your
ら
eyes
れてたか
on
も
with
しれ
Team
ない。
Wales. He is so active.
There's Adam
何があったんだこれ。
play there rather than a dive. Shio.
Show you the replay of just standing still and taking a lot of damage. It was nice to see Glory peel away this scuttle crab. Actually called
Leru
for
さん
when he was
硬いですけれ
tossing
ど
it, I
も
think, so BJ could get the smite, but yeah, I don't know. He was just sitting there
フ
with
ラッシュ
flash.
切れずに普通にやられちゃったな。
I mean, like, he was very tanky to start with. I think the thought process was, oh, these guys don't do any damage, but that was actually just Aftershock. Once
Yeah.
Aftershock was gone, he just ran out.
I also think he thought he had 2 kills there. If he could stall so that Lebrov could flash jump to
お
him,
いいダメージ入るぞこれ。
Speaking of Lobrov, getting his passive stacked on
強
up
い
on
強
both
い。
players
ブラウンも
here.
強い。
Good damage coming out from him and Crowny in the bot 2v2.
でもエズリアルさん今キャノン落としませんでしたか。
As we continue to just spar in every lane.
キャノンには厳しいですよ。
These laning phases, but with Drake up now, you can anticipate. Oh no, unlucky. Unlucky. Hits the minion there for Bia. But yeah, Drake started up now by Shio. Could be a
これボットラン押せるので、ボットもミッドも押せるので、ドラゴンに先に寄れますよ。BDS はこれはフリードラゴンでしょう。
Exactly the same. 6.5 minutes in, Shio just starts up the Drake. BJ's looking for damage. This could break out into a fight, but the Dragon's almost already gone.
ドラゴンが死にます。ドラゴンナイス。
Gets picked up by
フラッシュ
Shio.
はある。
Still has flash.
ナイス。
Luckily, saved his flash in the previous
Dude, the man is it's like Paul Atreides in Dune. Timothy Chalamet, he can just see the future. He knew he could use that to save himself. All part of the plan.
Yeah, all part of the plan. He gets
ブラウン
away,
一
gets
人の
the
命
Drake
と
for his team.
レルのフラッシュがなくなったけど、
So far, so good for Team Wales. Over
ドラゴン
1,000
取れ
gold
た
up
ので
right now.
OK と。
2 kills on the board. They're
キ
feeling
ル
pretty
取
good
ったのもの
with
を
how
散
this
らす
early
で
game
す
is
ね。
going. Artemis
Yep.
with that assist as well.
そう
But
ですね。
BJ, a solid early game. He's got a sizable lead over Shio this time around. And it feels like this is a team that when they can control the early game a little bit more, when they can go into the mid game a little bit more even, you feel much more comfortable.
Yeah, this is what game one should have looked like, right? Like, BJ generates a big lead for himself, farming, looking for gank timings, while Shio falls further and further behind in golden experience because he's looking to cover lanes, looking for ganks, taking
ブ
dragons
ラウ
out.
ムが
Shio has
ゲームを発見
all
し
of
て
his
足止め
early
します。
personal assets in golden EXP, and right here, I just think BDS get a little too Drake. They get the
で
Drake
も
feel
チルは
a little bit.
ノ
You
ー
know,
チ
we
ラス
gotta
に入
take
った
this
から、
dragon,
これは
burst it
全
down.
然
Shio is already so low they can't
いい
really
でしょう。
look for fights. They just sacrifice LeBron so they can secure it. So at the end
い
of
や、
the
ボ
day,
ットレーン
it's
かな
alright.
り CS
You know,
差
one
つい
kill
て
for
ま
a
す。
Drake when
2 ウ
BDS
ェー
won
ブ
a stack, like they don't care about
1 ウ
LeBron.
ェーブ分
It
は
literally
ついて
doesn't
ますか。
matter at the end of the day. But Team Wales are in a much better position, and I still want to highlight Glory and that CS advantage, because we're going to get to a point where Pat Syndrome can do so much burst if Nuke are trying to get caught out.
Yeah. I think especially the fact that Bia got the kill onto Lebrov as well, like it makes it even more chill that the kill went across. But even still, Team Wales with a bit of a gold advantage. And we're looking towards those team fights. We're looking towards Artemis having an opportunity to pop off a bit.
エズリアルは涙ロングソード、マナムネの完成を早めようということですか。今リコールしてシーンとルビークイスタルと1100ゴールドの足が速くなるアイテム買いましたが、ちょっとトップの CS さすごいな。そんなにつくのか。
Going for the DPS tax speed option right now. Oh my God, Sparta! Okay, here to play.
お互いにウルトを切ってダメージトレードしていって、
rotate to the top side. We want a bloodbath for the Herald.
トップの CS さとんでもないぞ。
Adam Strata solo kill Sparta, and he's got him under the tower in the meantime.
クリスタリスカリア、そんな好きあるんですか。初めて聞きました。エクステックレネクトンはなんだっけ、紫色のジェムからもらえるスキンかな。あれを貯めないと手に入らなかったと思います。
Team Wales just completely ignore Adam. Doesn't matter he gets the solo kill on the top side. They run the exact opposite direction. Exactly how they needed to team fight. Glory pumping out so much damage next to Artemis. Though both players virtually
トップレーンの CS 差がすごいですよ。
That's what we needed to see.
こんなに
Team
そん
Wales
なことにな
are
るか。
here to play. It all starts with Adam jumping over the wall. Sparta didn't have a ward in
カ
the
サンペ
flash
ド
and
の
just gets absolutely
あや
decimated. Meanwhile, this arcane barrage.
いやーこれ
The true shot barrage, rather.
苦しい
This
で
is
す。
like
トップレー
Crowley's
ン。
Comet, except it's the one that took out the dinosaurs, man. Look at the damage that comes through from this.
レル最低限
The fact is,
ダ
Adam
メージ
was
を出した
not
と。
close enough to the fight for it to matter. BJ realizes that, transforming into the Sejuani to lock up Lebrov, continue looking forward. He does fall at the end, but BA sees the moment to follow up. Artemis dives in with that killer instinct on top of it.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. BDS
HEW 頑張ってます。ゴールド有利取ってますよ。
Herald for themselves, you know. Team Wales did have to go
ヘラルドは
resets there.
BDS が
But all
取っ
things
ていき、
considered, a much better showing here.
ワニさんが味方の
Start off game 2 and BJ
鶏
wants
肉
to
を
keep this
食べて
ball
ます。
rolling. Most importantly, Glory picked up 2 of those kills. He's now just snowballed ahead of Nuke. Like, he is dramatically ahead in that mid lane at this point. And Artemis as well, getting a bit of gold influx too.
This is really nice. So both teams have flipped sides of the map, setting up a dive on the top side while plates galore ready on bottom.
アダムさん頑張りましたよ。ソロキル取りましたから。いや、このタワーは守れませんな。シンドラフラッシュはある。ナイス。やるのは無理でしょ。無理じゃないんですわ、実は。です。レネクトンさん、コードリンカー強いですね。
That was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, comboed with the Weaver's Wall from Nuke that brought Glory into that direction as well. Really nice stuff.
ウルトの砂嵐のダメージも何パッチか前にバフされてて結構強いんですよ。
For what Adam's bringing to the table, not ready for the sheer aggression that this player, this patented aggression from Adam.
代わりに魔法防御をカービィなくされたので、レネクトンに対しては AP チャンピオンを出すといいんじゃないでしょうか。
The Weaver's Wall ruins everything and shield to steal in. How easy as that?
That was stylish, actually. Crowdy with the WQ to burst it down with.
やっぱりドラゴンは敵に削ってもらってスティールするのが一番気分がいいですね。
For BDS, but hey, 2 Drakes back to back. You happy with that one?
コスパ最強です。
BDS didn't even end up losing that many turret plates off of it either, so that's 2 gone in the top side. Probably more now that Sparta has no one to stop him here.
カサンテはアイスボーンに行くのかな。行くでしょう。
One more, but even bot lane, Artemis only got the 2 solo ones, so that's not going to be too disruptive in terms of the overall gold, especially with BDS now up to 2 Drakes again. This is a team that at least I think got like 17 dragons in a row back in the spring.
お互いのトップレーナーがプレートを食べてます。
They always put such a focus on those objectives.
It was bonkers, wasn't it? But I
カ
just
サン
want
テ
to
結
quickly
構
point out
CS
as well. We've got 2 Triforces coming on through across the board, and I have to say, it saddens me a little bit that this is the first Worlds where we don't have Freak on the cast. It's the first Worlds in a long time where Triforce is like absolutely meta on a lot of champions. Like, we have so much tons of damage, so many tons of damage.
ヘラルド3分。さすがに
has to use the dominance here. Artemis trying to make the play happen.
うまいこの解散。うまい。
Beautifully, he slays the Kraken.
大いぎしがレネクトンをソロキルしていく。
Thought that was even possible, but Artemis just full on ran into him and deleted the Renekton. All right, the Kraken Slayer finish off. That's insane damage, and that's the guy we wanted to see show up. He didn't have a chance to play the game back in number 1, but now he's just solo killing the enemy top laner. Okay.
レネクトンがさっきミッドでフラッシュ使ってたので、その情報を元にソロキルしに行きましたな。
I mean, a solo kill. How often do you see an AD carry get solo kills at 13 minutes in the game?
あとはクラーケンのパワーが出ましたか。そのアイテムもまた大きい。
towards that second item as well.
リーサルテンポクラーケンのパワーよ。
Get the ball rolling like this, it can be monstrous. It is a full-on 1v9 champion.
単体対象に対してすごいダメージ出ますから。
Absolutely. I mean, the ability to choose to dive into the enemy backline when you see an angle that your teammates have opened up for you, or just hit frontline, make use of the passive. Just a really good spot to be in.
トップレーンだけが1200ゴールド勝っているという状況ですね。他のレーンはちょっとゴールド負けていると。
There is all, like every single egg is currently in Adam's basket in terms of those lane leads. Crowny, though, you know, does have that kill for himself. He's building up gold himself. Just not quite at the same pace though.
別のスキンでしたか。
I like what Team Wales have done. Actually, some of the wards they have. Oh my, LeBron!
The flash forwards on the Brobin.
いやちょっとダメージディールしきれない。相手のチキが見えたので。
Really threaten him too much. Crowny has been found and forced to flash. BJ once more gets underneath the turret.
Yeah, important flash there. If he gets tagged by the Kai'Sa W.
これもシンドロがフラッシュないのでブラムが言ったんですけど、カサンテのチキ見えたからタリアは前に行けませんでしたね。
Team Wales, they had good vision inside of the enemy jungle. It's now disappeared, but playing very nicely around while all the chaos is going down bot side. Crowny's probably looking at bot lane to set up a true shot barrage. It's exactly when B&J is jumping on him, forcing all the summoners out. So bot lane from BDS, no summoners remaining. And there's a dragon fight in a minute and a half. The only flash that's gone from Team Wales is BJ's. This is the golden opportunity to set up for a fight. As a matter of fact, Nuke doesn't even have the first item finished. Sure, that's going to be done in time for the Drake, you would imagine, but he's going to have to find an opening to get a reset. If he doesn't have the gold off of this wave, things will get really challenging for him to find.
でもドラゴン2つ取れてる BDS の方が嬉しい状況ではありますか。
They might just give this dragon. I don't think items-wise they're in a good position to fight, and they could trade it for the Rift Herald that's going to be spawning in 15 seconds, unless Team Wales decide to fight them here, and then things might get out of control for BDS.
It's one of those things where I feel like it's kind of a risky fight if you go for it, just with how strong Artemis is right now, and the fact that you don't have that mythic in your mid lane.
Yeah, and neither top laner has teleport. So I don't think BDS can start this up. Sparta, check out your minimap, had Prio in bot side, so he moves up into mid lane first. This is a very different game. Team Wales with full control over the map. They're going to be able to maybe take both objectives because of the desync on the spawns. Maybe just set up for a pick if Shio tries to step in. Shio is on a ward right now. It's good he realizes this because that was almost dead.
ドラゴン15秒です。これはヘラルドは TW が取るでしょう。その間に夫のドラゴンの視界を取っていきます。そしてレネクトンもタワー破壊と。
fully mentally reset, come into game 2 looking.
Now they set up a potential dive. Yeah, Nuke
こんばんはです。前虫さん。どうも。ちょっと相手強かったですが、ちょっと強めでしたね、お相手。去年も強かったんですけど、今年もまた変わらず強いチームでしたね。
Second charge acquired. Adam in the meantime is trying to get some gold
まあ
for
ミッド
himself.
レーンとボットレーンのタワーの交換ですね。TP したけどこれ止められないでしょ。
Just sticking around. He really wants this tower. Okay, slice the dice out.
下がっていく。
But hey, squeezing every bit of value out of his position as he can.
But look at this. Team Wales have given up control over the bot river. Now BDS are the ones walking in. They've got the wall going down. Glory can't get out.
Oh, Glory knocked back once again.
シンドラさんフラッシュあるけど逃げられません。うわー、カリアのスタンが。カリア出る。
I think that was a shutdown if I'm not mistaken as well.
ドラム。
Crowny already starting that one off.
やっぱ CC なんですよ。
We've just been saying how Team Wales were in a great spot, and suddenly BDS, they find themselves the Drake.
That is a huge blunder from Team Wales. I mean, first of all, Glory has flash there. Unless it was 1 second off, like he could have gotten away from the Weaver's Wall. But on top of that, deciding to play for the Herald in mid and steal enemy wolves instead of setting up in the bot
今度はレネクトンが
gives BDS the third
さっ
Drake of
き
the
フ
game.
リーファームしてた分、カイサがフリーファームですね。
And then BDS set up the
タワーのゴールドと CS ゲットと。
and cleared everything away.
でもクラウドソウル取られちゃいますよ。あと1体で。 大丈夫か。 クラウドソウルは過小評価されてますけれども、強いソウルだと思ってます。
Slightly ahead in our win
移動速度が上がるということは、自分たちの方が主導権を取れるということですね。逃げることもできるし、追いかけることもできると。
I didn't quite catch if Nuke had gotten the reset off to finish off the mage item, but I felt like it was dire. Okay, the follow
That's a lot of CC and
ハマっ
that's
て
a
ま
lot
し
of
た、これ。
damage.
エズリアルやられました。ガロンは巻いてません。
survive that kind of onslaught.
All right, yeah, that was gnarly, and they just get mid tier too.
ミッドレーンを守れなくなりましたが。
I feel like we literally just criticized Team Wales for like mispositioning, getting caught out, and then literally the opposite exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing though, is that Team Wales have been playing sort of like a lot of these micro skirmishes very nicely, looking for picks. They've had great vision, all this stuff. The era previously was a larger macro era.
Here
we have it though, nice little bump. I mean, that is just gorgeous.
カリアのスタン、ドラム、レグ、動けません。
Set up the play. That's
無理で
twice
す。
now that he's got the knockback with the wall as well. But then Crowny
エズリアル、いい
trying to
で
go
ク
for
ー
a
ルダウン
recall.
で
He
す
was
か。
just spotted on that ward, and there we go. A little slow on the reaction to seeing that ward. Everyone
わあ、ノーチラス
just
君、コンボが綺麗ですね。
the map, but I feel like this
CC
game
の
too
時間に
so
無駄があり
much
ません
closer,
よ。
and rightly so, because this is our featured matchup presented by Mercedes-Benz. We were all hoping this is going to be a bit of a banger. We were all hoping to see that VCS spirit coming through from Team Wales, and I feel like we're really seeing it in game 2.
It is here in game 2. Artemis has the Navori quick blades finish as well. He is doing some serious damage. Team Wales continue to play this pick style, fly at you, burst and get out. It's going to go very, very nicely
マナムネ
for
ト
them.
リニティフォース完成。
Right now, though, BDS, look at the investment in
でも
terms
カイサのお
of
金もすごいぞ、
on this
これ。
bot bot side. We're on the top side of the map, aren't we? Yeah, that's where Baron spawns. Okay.
ナボリクラーケ
Unless we're playing Wild Rift.
かなり値段の高いアイテムを2つ購入できている
Artemis can't step up and hit the minions.
パワーあ
That
りま
means
す
free tower in the mid lane. Really good use of the ultimate just to guarantee that one. Although Wales could look for a fight.
They might try and find a way in. Honestly, though, Nuke, his Weaver's walls have been fantastic this game. Like, I feel like Talia's one of these champions you often see in pro play, and the Weaver's walls are often the thing that decides whether or not you're a good Talia or a great Talia. And I feel like, so far, Nuke having a fantastic job on those walls in the fight. Smarter, almost getting stunned up there, will walk away with his life. As we just got a straight up ARAM.
何か起こるかお互いにタンクチャンピオンにいたいですねサポートと
That's my preferred.
ジャングルトップそれぞれがタンクチャンピオンと
All mid. Have a good time.
ブラウン、
Team Wales, though, with that-
ノーチ、レル、カサンテ
Yeah, look, me and the Shy, we go way back. Kate or who? No. Me and Shy, I'm the number one fan. We both play around.
Smoke the whole pack, as they say.
ちょっと BDS 側魔法ダメージが
Shio's in an
多め
interesting
か
position. No
マー
one's
キュ
really
リー
gonna
を
follow up off of him, but
CW はマーキュリーブーツ履きやすいですね
yeah. I wonder.
魔
There's
法
a
ダメージ
world
も CC も
where
敵
they
に
can
多い
start
ので
free-hitting on Baron, on Vision, and Shio's just in the
Oh.
jungle.
Let's hold that thought, because Adam has been caught out. He stepped way too far up, or
大
as
丈夫か
Artemis. Almost
大丈夫で
going
した
down
カイ
there,
サ
but still
無事
finds the
レ
kill.
ネ
That's
クトンを
twice
噛み切
now.
ることに
The
成功
Artemis
し
gets a pick onto Adam in the side lane. BJ stepping in. He's not been spotted just yet. Still hiding away in the brush. BJ now spotted. LeBron is here. The CC is there, but
おーウルトでちゃんと逃げていく反応していく
I think BDS got lost in the sauce there a little bit. Mainly Adam just overextending on the bot side of the map was probably 10-15 seconds.
BDS
Realistically, with that flank
BDS
spot,
はバロンちょっと遅いか
pull the players into that choke that BA is standing in.
レルって
And then all of a sudden Shio's hitting
バロン
four
とか
people
どう
with
なんだろう
the ultimate. Like
ジャングル
draft the Rel ult
に
plus
対する
the
ダ
Vega
メージ
insane
結構
combination.
強いのは知ってるんですけどこのパッチだとナーフされてる
And also
と思いますから
he's just too slippery.
we saw what True Shot Barrage can do to 4 people earlier on with no items.
Yeah.
Now we've got 2 items on Crowdy. If you can get them stacked up like that, it's
カイ
perfect.
サハリケーンもできた
I'll raise
強
you
い
though. 3 items
Hurricane
rooted onto
買うんだな
Arcane on
へえ
Artemis, and this isn't any of that nonsensical double lethality Kai'Sa in the bot side. No, this is a tank killer build right here. The front line, you have 3 melees, they're going to be on top of each other. Runan's bolts hitting everybody.
BDS
ドラゴン
need to
5 秒
get a
で
bit
す
creative on how they're going to approach these fights now. Is Soul has just spawned onto the map. Labrov could be caught, does get stunned, but
BDS 側はバロンに走ってます
for BDS. But at this point,
これレネクがとっくのタワーを破壊しに行ってますな
wow, Baron is
It's a
contested.
tough spot though, because Team Wales are sacking side lanes because they need
GT
prior
はありま
mid
すけ
to
れども
contest the
GT は
objectives.
全員持って
BDS
る
are under not the same pressure, right? They're the ones on soul point. They can give this Drake and trade it for a top lane turret, for pressure on the inhib,
まあ
to
ドラ
start
ゴンを捨て
hitting
て
onto the Baron. If they
タ
start
ワーを
hitting
進
Baron
めよ
now,
うと
similar to last
そし
fight,
てバロンの
where
視界を
Shio,
取ろうと
Adam can run down through that top side jungle and have a really good pinch. I think that's what BDS are going to look for.
さあいました
Baron
さありましたよ
kicked off here, and it could be dangerous for Team Wales.
チェックしないといけません
Get vision. There we go. Blue Trinket just used.
ワードがありません
So they know it's starting
ワードがない
BJ wants to move in. Labrov on the front line as Nuke. He's waiting to get that perfect Weaver's wall. He wants to split the team up.
お彼らがうまく分断したぞ敵を分断したけどシンドラの注意が3人に入っていくカサンテがうまくタンクして指導レンのタールを3人に入れシンドラのフラッシュ注意もうまいですねこのシンドラさんあいやこれかなり試合が傾きましたよエース取ってバロン ドラゴンも取れたこれシンドラ強かったなここで3人に注意を入れてカサンテはギリギリまでタンクしてる間にレルをフォーカスして倒しきりレルのスタンが3人に入りシンドラはフラッシュ注意もレネクトンとグラウム2人に入れていくもう戦闘できません いやシンドラのスキルボディブロックできないんですよその強みが存分に出ましたよ
He got out of that ult combo right there. BJ taking over the fight, and now
あんだけスチル複数人に入っちゃうとさすがに勝てないな。
It's been a long time since it felt like they were in control of this game.
Already 2,000 up with Red Bull Baron power play. Team Wales full control over the map. They also stalled out the soul from happening from BDS. With the pressure of the Baron, surely they can stop it a second time as well. Adam just hunts down a control ward. That's all he can fight at the moment. He has been thoroughly tamed in this
決心ドラはソロ AT なのでもちろんシャドウフレームの貫通ビルドですね。相手は魔法防御積みにくいですよ。
Great flexibility, right? To be able to come into game number 2, completely change the way that they're approaching this game and succeed.
ベルが死ぬ。痛そう。
Absolute beating from this poke.
It is brutal. And now, like, the amount of damage Artemis does, as long as his front line keeps players in front of him that he can free hit, there is no chance BDS.
いやこれはシンドラのプレッシャーがあります。後ろからキキ来てますよ。まずい陣形ラン。あー素晴らしいゾーンやです。カイさん。これ一流の。加算って頑張ってタンクしたけど、わあこれ開催やれないのか。
That is ridiculous. The stopwatch saves his life.
Aya!
Flashes on out of there. That's a 700 gold shutdown on top of the kill gold you would have gotten there. And if that had gone to the
いや
hands of
この1000ゴールドのシャットダウン欲しかったけどな。
But Sparta does exactly what you say, sacrifices himself. And now they're back in the thick of things. Corey TP's in.
Be in trouble for now as Xiao trying to escape as well. Drake not up for another minute and a half. So BDS will be able to get away.
ストップウォッチとフラッシュでうまく逃げましたよ。カイサ殿。
They still want it. They have full vision of the jungle. BJ's on a warpath right now.
It is, but he's
フラッシュはあります。
lonely on that warpath. The rest of the team not really close enough to follow up. Just takes a good chunk. Has to back away.
Still though, I mean, this Baron play didn't really amount to much of anything. They were up 1,800 off of the team fight. Now have lost 7.
ドラゴン70秒。
Free farming on the top side. Team Wales went a little bit of hunting and the great teleport Weaver's Wall play here from
いや
BDS.
カリアの素晴らしいウルトで3人孤立したんですけれども、
Great flash forward. The damage is barely
これ
connecting.
カイサ倒しきれず1000ゴールドのお金が
As well. Scatter the weak onto Adam. Pushes him away. One more auto would have done the trick. Glory literally saving his
I
AD
literally
carry.
couldn't see
Yeah,
the
we'll see.
single orbs underneath all of the particles. I don't think BDS saw them either.
I'm not even sure if it was a stun or if it literally just pushed Adam away, like far enough away that the auto attack couldn't come through. It doesn't really matter. What matters is he saved the day, he kept Artemis alive, and he kept Team Wales with their advantage.
Two big objectives.
カリアは涙買うんですね。
I don't think BDS can fight that. Look at the vision.
オリアナは涙買ってなかったんですよ。
BDS are gonna flip the map and play for top side pressure. Maybe they could even hit that inhibitor tower, get some pressure in there.
オリアナも同じくマナが苦しいチャンピオンだとは思うんですけれども、 オリアナは買わずに
good position to fight for that. Last time, kind of threw around
カリア
there.
も
Team Wales won a fantastic
まだきついのかな、
fight.
そんなに。
BDS can't let it happen again.
Now this time around BDS don't
ワン
have
フ
the
ローバウン
opportunity
ド
to
あれば
leverage the Drake pressure, right? They're just gonna go for
どうにかなりそうな感じあるけど、9連打するか
Get
ら
a second Cloud Drake for themselves.
マナコストきつめ
And we
か、
kind of
このチャンピオンは。
reset to 0 for a little bit here, where we've got a bit of a gold lead, but the Drake lead is kind of diminished at this point. We've got 2 minutes until Baron, and we're getting to the point where all of the carries are starting to get multiple items. All of the carries are starting to get to like that late game team fight stage.
カイサー、これウェンド貯めてリコールすればあれが出るんじゃないのか。ドミニク・リカードが。
Flash is available. I don't know if he'll be able to get over
Oh,
there.
flash!
Oh, nice little flash. Gets creative, but he's dashed into 5 players. So
Sabo
a
desu.
little unfortunate.
It's
for him.
not worth. Oh, he actually did use the
う
flash.
まくウルトで逃げようとしたけど、これまっすぐフラッシュ後ろに打ってれば普通に逃げられたんじゃないのか。そんなことないのか。
That would be large. Tsurulda's grudge just completed for Crownie, so that's going to be big. And Nuka's working towards his third. At the same time, Artemis is so far ahead of the curve and has just been sitting on 3.5 items for a long time. So if he gets a reset off in the next few seconds, that could be yet another big purchase
バロン
on
が
top of
50
the
秒
red
です。
buff
視界取りたいです。
Crownie with that Tiamat as well, so his wave clear will be that much better too. And our eyes move towards this Baron area.
カイサがリコールで
Until it comes to BDS
ガ
currently in the
ーディアンエ
area
ンジェル
looking
先
for
に買うの
victory.
か
GA full from Artemis, so that's a thing you have to worry about. 2 stopwatches on Team Wales as well. So all of the active effects are in favor of Team Wales. That's where we have to check in on flashes. No flash on Adam, no flash on Sparta. Artemis's flash is going to be coming back right around the time that Baron spawns. So Team Wales not in too bad of a position here. As long as
お
Artemis
互
can
い
get that flash back.
レネクトンとカイサのフラッシュ以外は全部サムナースペルカサンテのフラッシュもないかそれでは全部サムナースペルありますベルが隠れてる
Cheeky with it, but spotted.
セ
In
ーフ
Pixel Brush, they'll clear that ward, and BDS maintain vision control. Team Wales fighting for this mid prio. It feels tense here, Ender.
It absolutely does. Team Wales just want to stall for about 30 more seconds so that Kaisa Flash can get back online. Take mid prio. Look at the wards. They have wards on the blue buff, on the wolves, on everything. They can see the approach from BDS, and that makes it so hard for Shio to
この
accomplish
バ
anything. If
ロに
Shio's
命が
gonna
出て
find
ま
big
す
needs to come off
お
of a
互いに
flank or off of the Weaver's wall setup. That's what Nuke is looking for. Check out his positioning in top lane. He's looking for an angle where he can pinch Team Wales in river, potentially.
If he can find that angle, but so far Team Wales have been disciplined. They've been working together, but they've been staying as a group.
There's no rush.
And remember,
お
BCS not managing to get a win so far in the tournament. Team Wales, this is not just about
いや
them
お互い
staying in
に
this best of
視
three.
界
This
の
is
取り合い
about
して
getting
ますな
BCS in the region
次
on the board here at Worlds.
I think
ドラゴン2分あ
Purchase
り
here.
ま
He
す
just went for the reset. Let's check it out. No, just another needlessly large rod. No Rabadons coming online just yet.
As far as tier 1 items go,
レネクトン
that's still
4コア
pretty big.
だけど防具2つ積んでる
But it's no death cap.
オーメン
It's
と
no
自
death
然の
cap.
力勝ってます
Would love to finish that big damage item off, but I
ト
will
ッ
say
プ
a
のウェ
lot
ーブ
of
が
value
かなり
in
抑えているの
this
でシンドラがリコールしま
has
し
been
た
the Weaver's wall. See the gold difference. Still, I mean, it's
リ
been
コー
in
ルしてウェー
favor
ブ
of Team
処分
Wales
します
for basically half, if not more, of this game at this point.
It's been so close though, right? Team Wales just been holding on to that 2,000-3,000 goal lead for a long,
いや
long
これ
time. Not letting
カ
it
イサが
slip.
とんでもなく
Not
強いです
turning
よ
into much else either. BDS did a
リ
really
ジ
good
ド
job
が
of stopping the last Baron with a good team fight, but here we go.
カイ
Team
サは
Wales
バロン
wants
めちゃくちゃ
to
速い
fight.
です
Artemis needs to be able to hit targets. If he can, I don't think BDS can stop him.
バロン速いぞ
Through this one, oh, True Shot Barrage does it
Oh.
go for
What?
it?
でも
Oh, it couldn't have
さ
been
すがにエジ
closer.
リアのウト
But
ド
the
と
smite
ス
is
マイト
there
には
for
勝てない
BJ. The smite is good.
ダメージ足りません
BDS, they just get the Baron taken off of
ス
them
マイ
like
トに勝てるのは
candy
脅
from
威バ
baby.
ルスの中とか
Highway robbery. Okay.
あと
He's
なんだろう
there.
な
He's
エントリス
all
中
good.
でスマイト
One
に
minute
勝てる
break.
の
I guess that's where BDS
めったに
are
な
gonna
いぞ
draw the line, but can you actually do that against the Baron pressure
脅威バルス
in
の
mid
中
and
と
in
か
bot lane?
脅威サイオンのフルチャージ中とか
Crowny stealing away the blue is
あとイブリンの
very nice.
ウルトとか
I actually think BDS just want a full wait for their next items, right? They need
そのあたりのスキルがスマイトよりもダメージ出ますか
Their damage is kind of
エズレアンのウルト
upfront
で
burst
スティー
damage.
ルするのは
Compare a Talian and Ezreal
ちょっ
to
と
just
無理ですね
fully
無
firing
理です
auto attacks from that Kaisa. It is just not gonna be close.
ドラゴン30秒
Wave here, but BJ charging
バロンの
on
力で
forwards
押し込んでいく
and nobody's here. It's only Adam on the tower. This
guys.
might just be an inhib tower taken. Great hook onto Adam.
カイサが
forces
タ
him
ワーの
away.
ダメージを2
And the
回分
inhib
受けま
tower
したよ
is just. I feel like there's 2 objectives in a row where
ドラゴンに走ります TW
Yeah, the BDS are just waving the flag right now. I don't really know. They did just get the Rabadon, so I think the initial read is
いや
right, but
こ
they're
れ
not
取
going to be
る
able to fight
の
this
は
dragon. That's going to mean Team Wales
あと
are
2
losing
秒
the first
これ
3
取る
dice
の無
of the
理だ
game are on soul point, and that's
諦めます
three
無理です
uncontested
取る
souls.
の
Now, yes, that is the buffer room you give yourself when you go for the 6.5-minute Drake every game.
Crowd
Shio
Dragon
loves
3体
to do that. But now, so much more on the line for them as they've pretty freely given away 2 Barons now. Yes, they've traded it for a lot inside the enemy jungle. Sort of checking out levels right now. It's pretty even across the board, just 2-level lead for BJ, who now has the Guardian Angel finished off as well.
これ TW がかなり逆転してきてま
Baron
す
power play.
ドラゴンの03だったのが今33になってま
Just
した
like
ら
last time, actually.
on the Red Bull Baron power play. And I
そ
have
して
to say,
カイサ
you know,
フルビルド
2
ドミニ
Barons
クリ
now
ター
still
ド完成しました
no inhibitor taken for Team Wales.
最強です アイテム
A little bit more throughout on
エ
getting
ゼリアルはまだ
these
4
neutral
個
objectives and using that Baron buff
5個は
to
目何買う
buy
んだろ
more
う
space on the map. Speaking of space on the map, they might have just found some in the form
いや
of
カイサ
a
強いぞ
dead
オーメン
Adam
買ってて
here.
も
Shield
耐えられない
comes through. Can they chase it out? Killer instinct underneath the
あいや
tower.
ーフルビルドカイサのダメージ
Once again, and we found the answer to Adam. It is Artemis.
It's Artemis, and B has found so many of these picks as well. They are absolutely on a roll. You're questioning how do they make use of this Baron? They've got 25 more seconds. That bot inhib is in a lot of trouble. They can tank.
いやこれ守れません。エズリアルの弱点。
Two inhibs off of one pick onto Adam.
バロンバフミニョンに対してウェーブクリア能力がないと、そしてインシプターも破壊されるので、スーパーミニョンが出てきますよと。ハサンベさん石畳で削られて死亡。したてよシンドラがちゃんとタリアのキルを回収と。危ない危ない。カイサ GA はある一応。カイサ死亡。ディエゴも GA 持ってます。裏から TP 来た。逃げろ逃げろ逃げろ。カイサが死ぬ。おーナイスロックバック。シンドラがチームを救いまして、サイドステップでこれもかわしていく。さらばノーチラス。おこれ生きられるか。
Glory just disrespected BDS again and again and again. BDS are the weak and he pushes them back.
いやこれで犠牲者出さないのすごいな。
Team Wales, they just wanted to end the game. Look at Sparta. What a play from
このタリアの石畳で削られていったんですよ。チームのみんなが。大きいです。タリア。
Crowny is doing so much poke, but the way that Team Wales are playing in and out around the Ezreal, no one's ever in threat of dying. BJ out of the fight, then enters.
おーエズリアル。エズリアルのカイティング。
But Crowny just can't
これ
finish
中
off
た
the
く
kill.
さん当ててもう一回ウルトを打つのかな。
They're just dancing together. And then
さっき
here's
ウルト
Stat
打
of
ったのにもう一
the
回
week
打つん
#1.
ですよ。
All right, Adam jumps on in here, gets into the middle of everything. Glory saves it to hit two
エ
players.
ズリアルフラッシュインしたけどカイサがステップで避けていき、ウルトも上ステップで避ける。
BA surely dies here, but that
シ
play
ンドラさんありがと
stopped
う。
Adam from getting
これ
the
でノー
slice
チ
of
ラス
dice
救われました。
would have gotten the kill.
It's so insane. Glory just denying everything. Even before the big ones
い
he
や
saw
わ
onto
からない
Adam,
なこれ。
he actually got a scatter of the week onto Crowny that denied him following up onto the stun on
お
up. So
ガーディアンエンジェルカイサ振りましたよ。
And I mean the win
で殺
probability
種購入
powered
しま
by
した。
AWS looking pretty good right now for Team Wales. It's slightly less than it was when they took that inhib and looked like they were going to win the game. Still looking good for both Team Wales and for the VCS.
This next
エズ
fight
リアルは
is
ストップウォ
about
ッチ
to
持って
go
ますね。
stupid. It's about to go crazy, man. We got 40 seconds on the Baron. BDS gave it last time. They're not going to let that happen again. And nobody has summoners. There's not a flash on the Rift. No one's going to have it up in time either. So it's time to look.
Oh, the knockback onto Adam. He's pulled into the enemy team. He's got a bit of sustain though. Walks away with his life for now.
レネクトンと
Artemis charges
カイサ
in
の
for
ウ
a
ルト。
second.
レネクトンとカサンテがウルト交換し、あいやー GG だこれ。
Gio is there. They know
エズリアル捕まって死んじゃったな。ストップウォッチも打てず。
this man can carry games.
これはおしまいです。
God, what a performance on Kai'Sa.
Team Wales got
いや
tired
1試合目は
of
ダリウ
waiting
スが破壊したけど2試合目全然わかんないです。あれまさか
Just
まさか
full on sends it in. I guess he was trying to snipe the minion way, but that is it. Team Wales bounce back. They play an honest game of League of Legends. None of that Darius nonsense in the
GG
top
です。
lane. And it's
GG
Artemis who destroys BDS.
Team Wales coming in, looking huge, looking like
Yeah.
the biggest mammal on the planet right here. 1-1 in the
キャッ
series
チ
now.
お上手でした。レネクトンをうまく捕まえてそこから有利を広げていきましたよ。
Even before the series started, I think most people around the world
これはダリウス・バンが刺さったということで
if this is to set up for the Ezreal for Crowny or if there's some alternate game plan being
ザヤラカン
because
を
I feel like we're on a patch where actually there are a lot.
防ぐた
I
め
was
に
really
ラカン
surprised
取り
and
上
a
げ
little disappointed that we
ラ
keep
カンは
getting
艦隊でも
Kai'Sa
強い
Zion
で
on
す
this
から
patch. I feel like there are so many viable AD carries like the Ezreal. We've seen a good chunk off, but like things like Ashe, Jhin even got a
ラ
buff.
カンだけ取り上げるというのも
We'll see if
選
we do
択
get
肢に
more
は
utility
あると思い
carries
ま
or if
す
it is
ラ
these
カン
type
取れます
carries
ね
that dominate for the rest of the
Yeah, it is taboo to talk about Ashe with Crowny. So, you know,
Well, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, you know what, Jhin, yeah, great idea. Absolutely love that.
Where's
No,
Bonfire
honestly,
when you need him, man?
I would love to
Lee Sin.
see like you're going for like
確かに
the
リーシン
utility
バーから漏れて
era.
ます
I
よ
feel like Crowny like
やるのか。
and earlier this year especially so good on like those hyper scaling ADs down on the
本当にそのチャンピオンをやりません。レネクトンです。
and pick something that scales really hard. That could be a good look.
これまた加算点になるのかな。レネクトン相手に出すチャンピオンが加算点ですね。さっきすごくうまくやってましたから。
It just means we're playing regular League of Legends, which is less fun.
So
ここでサポートを
invites the Cassante, of course.
I'm critical from a I want to see fun stuff perspective as opposed to a this is not good drafting perspective, if that makes sense.
That 100% makes sense. I think that's something we can all get behind. Glory, of course, in the last game was so good on the Cinder that came on through. I think like mid lane priority is obviously taking a very big back step. Jungle as well. Saw this in the first series of the day too. There's a lot of pressure being put on spot lane matchups, getting your top laners in there as well. But this very likely means that BDS are holding on to that counter pick for
これでお互いにジャングルとミッドが残ってます。
And if it is, I mean, I think the crowning Ezreal is a good pick for them. It is a little bit tough because
エズリアル、やっぱりエズリアル出てきますね。このチャンピオンは他のチャンピオンと違ってナーフされてませんから。ナーフされた他の ADC たちに比べればかなりパワーがあると思ってます。ディエゴバン。
The Talia coming on through, not wanting that again, and I feel like Nuke, he had fantastic Weaver's walls. His ultimates were fantastic. But the general combos, like, saw a lot of missed W's, wasn't necessarily able to connect a lot of those combos.
ディエゴも評価高いですね。こんなに評価高いか。
for Nuke as opposed to that Talia.
Yeah, I'm thinking for BDS if they can get something that fights front to back a little bit better as opposed to like a hit and run comp. I feel like Ezreal kind of want to move around in fights. They want a very like flowy team fight where they can make use of the Ezreal jumps, the Q poke, you know, Talia working around.
ジャングルチャンピオン思いつきません。
It's a little bit tougher to just full on front to back team fight, especially because like Team Wales like Zai. That's exactly what she wants to do.
結構バニツ高い。
That's exactly what he wants to do. That's exactly how they want to
レーニング強いし。
Syndra's up. Glory looked really good on
ウ
Syndra
ルト
in
が
the previous
めん
game.
どくさいからかな。
Take the Syndra away from Glory, deny the pick, and also get yourself a mage that is fantastic.
ニーコはさっきもバンされてましたね。コッピーバン。
All we dropped was the Nico ban, and I don't think that's going to be the way for them. Do we see something like a Jarvan Okay, yeah, we can root up
ずっとミニオンの数を数えていないといけない。
easy form of engage next to the
シンドラ。
like you say,
シンドラ取り上げました。さっきシンドラに破壊されましたから集団戦。
Now just the gauntlet has been thrown. Like what is
Jarvan
Glory
で
taking?
す。
I think there's a lot of room to play harder around mid lane, especially with these junglers that are being hyped up.
リーシンした。ルブラン即キックしましたよ。
BJ and Glory basically said, okay.
ルブランすごいナーフされましたよね。このバッジ 13.19。
combo that is power in those two lanes.
And you don't want to lock in the
ソロ級の勝率は 47% ぐらいになってます。
I don't know. I feel like Shio's kind of forced to play something that is going to be a little bit more losing in mids. Now this is going to be AP mid and jungle. It'll be that Gragas going into the hands of Shio. It's the champion he's been
グラガスはリーシンを
I do have to give him
ボディスラムで弾けると。
But I'm wondering how much influence can he actually get from the cast because the Zaya is really slippery. The LeBlanc too might be difficult to hit priority targets.
グラガス出てきたな。
Sit on that ability.
確かにもうジャングルチャンピオンたくさんついてますから。 5体いや6体ジャングルバンされてる。
You can buffer the anchor for Nautilus, like you mentioned. The Zaya, the LeBlanc, they're obvious. Lee Sin can dash to an ally, and even Sparta can literally buffer CC and just dash away. So it feels like unless it's a really nice combo, unless it's off of the point of someone else's CC, it's going to be tough to
頑張らないと複数人に当たりません。グラガスのカルはグラガス結構当てやすい。グラガスのカルは結構相手にプレッシャーありますよ。カル一発で陣形が崩壊しますから。 プロのグラガス見せてもらいましょう。
do it. It'd be huge for VCS, especially after GAM
ルブランどうなるんだろうな。スタティックシブ
VCS now with a game on the
シ
board
ブ
and an
も
opportunity
ナーフさ
to
れ
turn it into a
て
series
てルブラン自体のナーフも
essentially
あ
what
りま
I
す
think
か
a
ら。
lot of people were considering the absolute favorites of play-ins overall.
ってもシンドル相手に一瞬でピックしましたよ。
And it could be a statement series for Team Wales if they can finish this one off.
これは自信があるということなんでしょうか。
Pressure on their shoulders as the European representative.
BDS 対 CW3 試合目ですね。
That loss, another loss here would bring very, very unwanted flashbacks to some of the LEC representatives in the past in the play-in stage.
I don't want to see the Reddit thread. I don't want to see it.
A little bit. This is a must-win for BDS.
It certainly is. It certainly is.
さやはクレンズ、ノーチラスはアフターショックじゃなくてグレイシャルですか。
In style. When they win, though, they dominate a lot of the time, and I feel like this series so far has been kind of reflective of the Golden Guardian series as well, where game number 2, it didn't feel as strong. Like, that was a comeback win in game number 2 against Golden Guardians. Felt like they fell behind a little bit in the early game and had to reach for straws to get back into things. Perhaps game number 3 can feel a little bit stronger for them again, just like it did.
I
think what we really saw was that neither team, BDS towards the end gave up the fight, but I think like over the first like couple Barons,
グラガスの場所はルグランドワードでバレてます。レネクトンも敵のバフをチェックしてリーシーの場所もバレました。お互いにジャングルのスタート位置バレましたね。
BDS have that early ward. Adam dropped that on in there on his way to lane, so BJ is going to be fully spotted out. And for a guy that loves to look for those level 3 ganks, he has not been able to find those opportunities today because every single game starts with level 1 ward for BDS.
いや、エズリアルパッシブ発動中は強いですよ。
Isn't it glorious to see
この攻撃速度上昇のパッシブ。
With electrocute and corrupting potion instead of a bloody longsword, instead of fleet footwork.
レベル1のエズリアルはとても強い。
Actually LeBlanc playing like a LeBlanc.
Yay! We did it, team. We got there eventually. I like it, you know? Does mean, of course, no attacks. Not going to be packing a punch. Does mean you have to jump into the entire minion wave.
リーシンは W のオムニバンプが序盤 5% から 10% にバフされましたか。
With some compensation, of course, and into the Syndra matchup. There's a lot of ability to set up for plays around the mid lane, especially with that Lee Sin for BJ. Dude in the jungle just said, hey, played a couple games with Viego, had a fantastic game.
結構バンされてたんですけど、セジャイントマオカイがバンされるようになってからは、リーシンはバンから漏れることが
was seen out on an early ward from BDS.
多くなりました。
Away from the scat of the week, jumps forwards though, and Shio sees that as an opportunity. The wave is in an awkward spot to get the body slam. Glory with some fancy footwork.
外してしまった。これは避けられたと言った方が正しいでしょうか。いやー、出てたら大ダメージ入ったんですけれども。
A flash blown there from Glory, but gets on out of there.
He's been looking good in this series, honestly.
悔しいですね、これは。
Really solid. And now a flash forwards onto Crowny.
いや、何も食わないぞ、このフラッシュインは。
That's about all it'll get.
That's nice to see.
ノーチラスのフラッシュ。
confident now. Sees the angle to go for, especially just trying to soften up this lane. Get a summoner spell out with BJ on the prowl, then look for the re-engage. Unfortunately, only got the heal.
エズヤルのクレンズとノーチラスのフラッシュを交換と。
SP actually not have the, don't believe there is,
Hex Flash.
Hex Flash, that's the one. It's a little bit harder to repeat around there, but does have things like the minion dematerializer and the stopwatch for all-ins a little bit later.
Yeah, opting away from the Hex Flash. Surprising
ミッドレイはかなり体力差があります。
As Glory actually running all 3 D-mats, just try to clear waves ASAP, get himself.
じゃあエアリーシンドラダメージ出ますよ。
Almost 10 CS lead now at this point. There is a lot of minions there.
プッシュには成功してリコールですね。
To catch up a little bit, but a good start certainly. As Adam looks to get onto Sparta, but did not.
It's actually interesting because I think
いや、レネクトンのプレッシャーでキャノンを一つ落としました。ガザンペ。
Just make it so that your auto attack.
でもキャノンを取りに行ったら大ダメージ食らいますから。
2 stacks on the melees, but hold that thought because BJ's
around
the top lane, just making himself known up here.
BJ making sure that Sparta can crash this wave in.
これでリコールと。
For a reset, but Adam perhaps try and hold this one for now. Looks like it will get underneath the tower, but no. Good.
レブ止められる。
Try and contest it. Sparta realizes he has to stay. He has to keep pushing that one, and then
挟んでディスケットがあるからまだ残れる。
Off the reset, runs to the top river. Potential angle into nuke, but at best you're trying to get a flash there, and he doesn't have a flash to combo.
やめろ、弾頭は卑怯だぞ。
Really been trading aggressively here. Adam has the stun.
1対1を邪魔するんじゃない。
Sparta gets the knockback at the same time, but Sparta forced the flash
あ
away
いや
there. Shio burning the flash in the top side. BF is here. They could try and find something here. Depends on the recall.
あるかこれ、
timing
何もないですね。 いけま
Shio,
せん。
sorry, but they'll not pull the trigger in the end.
レネクトンはすぐ TP と。
This feels like a nervous game from both teams. This feels like a little bit like tiptoeing around each other.
ミ
We've
ッ
had
ド
an
はゾーマ
absolute
のショッ
slobber knocker over
ト、
game
ヌル
number
マジッ
two.
クマンと。
Now in game number 3, we're taking it easy to
お
start
互い
things
に
off.
それぞれ勝って
Everyone's
ま
kind
す。
of looking for an angle though, right? You have like the roams into mid from the supports, then into top. Like Bia is just not even laning at this point in the game. Bro, I'm just putting down some early vision.
It's a very different vibe in the early game to what we saw in our first game of the day, where
Oh,
they're
you want some
literally
action?
diving
I'll
between
give you
tier
some action.
2s. Artemis takes a chunk.
ルム、レズリアルのシーン、パンチが強いですよ。
As well. Bia just gets onto
No
the tower.
action.
Scatter the weak won't find its mark. And
Huh.
I mean, the attempt is there. I like the idea, but I mean, this is the thing we were talking about. Everyone on this team is so slippery.
惜しい。
This time around, actually, Shio can't really start up the dragon.
シンドラは結構な CS を犠牲にしてボッタニロを蒸しましたけれども、 何も得られず。
When you went for that top side gank, it's just gonna be building full AP.
Yeah,
Imagine
people.
here.
I think a lot of people think of Gragas as like this tank character that's going to set. No. Shio's going to one-shot people.
Yeah,
Shio's going to do a lot of damage.
There's going to be at least once this game, unless BDS just kind of stop playing like they did towards the end of game 2, where Nuke is just going to press R and then Shio's going to press R and someone will be dead, quite simply. Or Crowny throws the ultimate in. There's so much burst on this BDS team, but it means they have to navigate the team fights pretty carefully, I would say, because it's very
やっぱり
easy
グ
to
ラガス、
overcommit,
ジャングル、
especially on that AP Gragas.
ジャングル感のそんな速くないですよね、このチャンピオン。
By, you know, the feathers rooting you down, the Nautilus, it gets very annoying.
So let's talk about
レイ
the
シンドの
next
CS 差は結
couple
構
of
効
minutes
い
of
て
the
ます
game,
よ。
right? Because we've got Herald coming up in about
10、13CS 差。わ
Prediction! And the
エズリアルのブリンク読みの打ち合わせのフックで S 死亡。
Artemis and BA
わあ。
a bow! That was glorious!
Oh my god!
あいや
What did BA just do to the man?
ー、いやー、これは。
Absolute read on the hook. Crowny jumped
ナイスです
straight into
ノ
it.
チラス
Some
殿。
nice feather play with the ultimate from Artemis as well. I mean, look, it was getting a little quiet for a second. You wanted to talk about the
まあ
next
ト
few
ッ
minutes.
プでは何も起きてないですね。
Artemis and BA are taking over, and they did the exact same thing last game when topside was neutralized, which it has been
先出し安
again.
定チャンピオンということで、
They dominate.
And it might not be neutral for long, honestly, because Adam is getting ganked by
先出しで頑張ってますよ。
Kick available for BJ. He wants to go for that. Has vision right now. Pulled over the wall.
お
Kicked
ー、
back.
CC
Taken
チェーン
down.
うまいです。
Team
レネク
Wales,
トン
two
何も
kills
でき
across
ず。
the board.
Phenomenally played by them. BJ finds the long loopy path. Bot side's rotated up here, so they're going to take the Herald. Rob can't do anything. Good bot side vision control. Denies the gank in mid while BJ was looking
い
top.
や、これは
This
大きい
could
ですね。
start running away from BDS.
レネク
I'll
ト
be
ン、
perfectly
ウル
honest.
トあるとき、
Especially with that Herald, if you just donate that over to the Zaya, Artemis is gonna be absolutely feeling it.
And these are the kind of games where when plays
ヘ
like
ラルドファイ
this
ト
are
すごい
happening
強い
one
んですけ
after
ど、
another, it can start to get to your mental a little bit. Because the play down in bot, that was just like, oh, yeah, that was
that's
beautiful
just-
bit of footwork. He's still got flash
Oh my
available. He's
word.
not even going to use it. He has no fear in his heart. Like, an incredible hook into
Renekton
ground.
相手に
Outplay
一回
the
目の
bottom
ヘラル
lane.
ド。
They get the kill onto Adam
取れ
up
た
in the
の大
top
きいです
side. They get advantages on both sides of the map in short succession.
これ
Like,
チーターグリュ
mentality-wise,
ー
this
か
could
な
be
り有
feeling
利。
fantastic for
Yeah, I was
Wales.
gonna say this is gonna be really frustrating for BDS.
Blink.
You have Crowny where that's
Ayo.
just a mechanical blunder straight up, straight in to that hook. Artemis just pulling back the feathers with the
Thumbs
ult
up.
flash, just amazing. But then also you had like the sidestep in mid lane on that initial gank that Shio went for, where
レネ
Glory
クトン
doesn't
ス
have
キ
to
ル
burn
全
the
部
flash.
使いました。
Then you have that other one with VA in mid. You have Adam dying in topside.
カサンテラまずウルトして、そこにリーシがキックを合わせていくと、
outplayed mechanically,
素晴らしい CC チェーン。
and either it's resulted in kills or it's resulted in them not getting any. And I think their real only claim here from BDS is that Adam's got one solo plate in top side. Crowny got another solo one in bot side, so the gold isn't so bad after those first two kills.
It's not so good either, though. 1,000 up in favour of Team Wales. It's feeling good. I think a lot of fans at home over from Vietnam going to be biting their nails in this one, watching their team go up against arguably the favorite of play-ins.
これアイスボーンできるとレネクトン結構苦しいですよ。アイスボーンできたカさんって本当に強いです。スローで逃げられないし、ダメージもすごい出る。ブリンクないチャンピオンでアイスボーンかさんでから逃げるの無理です。
Nope, gonna take the quick reset from BJ. 10.5 minutes in, no dragon. Is this really a BDS game? Sure doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? You don't see this very often, but a lot of that down to Team Wales and how they're playing the map, how they're controlling things. Labrov clearing vision.
Pretty sure that walkabout from Glory placed that control ward.
リーシンがまだヘラルド持ってはいる。ボットに出しに行きますか。
Survive a long time. BDS don't seem aware of the pathing that Glory ended up taking.
And the thing is, like, we're talking about the fact that Drake is up on the map. Well, BJ has the Herald in pocket. You can use that to get yourself into River for the Drake, as well as just getting gold into Artemis's pocket, which we saw after last game. Like, you want gold in Artemis's pocket. This guy's going to carry if you give him the gold. BJ knows it. Moves into his bottom side. Not sure if he was quite in vision range. I think he probably was. As now trying to clear. Shio's in the area as well, but sure if BDS can contest.
I think it's Herald. Push out this cannon wave and then Herald, because your own cannon is going to eat up so many turret shots here that would be your best opportunity in terms of time you can stall out to start up the Drake. If they want to. BJ's actually
いやプッシュ力では勝てないですね。エズリアル。これドラゴン取れるでしょう。
So this is the ultimate like greed play almost, because then you keep the Herald and you can probably cash in on more turret plates as opposed to just using it for pressure. And hey, he's got the World Record finished off, so I can't entirely blame him for wanting BDS just straight fight him here. That's a TP behind them.
TP coming out from Adam. BDS
ワニさん来た。これちょっと話が違います。
Gets to the back of the pit. BJ flashes out safety, and suddenly it's Adam that's the target instead. BJ doesn't dive back in, and BDS back to front to back here, back on their side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, BJ, you can just drop Herald in mid and then go back to the dragon. Yeah, exactly. Puts it straight in front of the tower. They might even get the hits on as well. No, Glory jumps in to get the auto to get the extra gold off of that Herald. And now with BA taking the reset, he's going to be full HP. He should just be their dragon, and BDS don't really have the tools to go for it. Shio doesn't have the ultimate. Adam spent it, as well as the teleport to get the flank. So yeah, run back to top lane. That's a lost engage from BDS.
It was
これ
only
トッ
in
プレーンの
trade
ウェーブ
for
が
BS
挟んでるプッシュしちゃってるのか。
You've still got BJ, you've still got Sparta with their ult. So
いやイーブンか。
realistically,
イー
not
ブ
a
ンで
fight
す
that
ね。
BDS can afford to take right now. And it means that Team Wales, not only with a gold lead, but a slight dragon lead now as well. A great start to things. And once again, we complemented it. We complemented that on it in game number 2 on their control of the mid game, their ability to play this sort of slower game and just
アイスボーンかさんで強いぞ。
good in game number 3
We
as well.
haven't even seen them set up for picks here, because that was really impressive. Between BA's not like flashing over walls.
うまくやってます。とてもボットラのノーチラスの SGL のブリンク読みフックがかなり効いてるし、リーシンのトップガンクもその2つがかなりチームを助けてますよ。
Maybe we get Artemis going for
強いぞ。
so hang on a second. Sparta goes to the all in on the top side. Adam's in trouble. Sparta forces
ノーフラッシュレネクトン。
and Dominus comes out at the last second as well.
ブラガスがカバーできるけど。
I mean, he has warmed up over this series. I've never seen like an evolution throughout a series like
よ
this.
し、イタルース版が効いてます。
I love Cassante. Oh man, Adam thought he was winning that fight. Absolutely not. Nuke turns it.
Oh, he's been found. Dodges away from the W though. Won't get the full combo coming through there. It feels really tense. It's 45 seconds until this Herald
シン
comes
ドラ
up.
は草面
It
で
feels
ル
like
ブ
both
ラン
teams
は
will
ルーデン
want
です
to
ね。
fight for this one, but I feel like this Lee Sin
ルーデン
from BJ is
購入
doing a
予定
lot
でしょう。
of the heavy lifting of this early game. Like, they don't want to fight him. They everywhere he goes, Shio, it feels like he's kind of shadowing him. Doesn't really want to commit.
Yeah, he's really strong. He's got a level lead. Both BJ and Sparta just went for the.
ゴールドはトップがちょっとだけ勝ってると、それ以外は GW がミッドジャングル ADC がゴールド有利と少しの差ですけれども、全体ゴールドは1600ゴールド GW 有利。ドラゴンが1つ取れてる。ヘラルドが湧きます。
And a quiet one here to round out our day. This is our final game of the day as well, and both teams They know it's their final game in the upper bracket if they can't connect a
レ
victory
ネ
here.
クトンがフラッシュとウルトないですよ。このヘラルドファイト
But they've got to finish it off.
BDS もうちょっと時間がかかってレネクトンのウルトが最低はないと
They do it here against Team
戦えないと思います。
So both Nuke and Glory have teleports available. Nuke's got some nice damage down.
シンドラがルブラにプレッシャーをかけていく。
Going into a Herald fight because you can't always get the perfect teleport location, especially as a mid laner. The fact that Glory has the mobility to maybe reposition favors him ever so slightly. I don't think either team wants to start it up though. BDS has the mid prio, BDS has the top prio, but Team Wales are overall stronger. So how do you really reconcile with that? Well, you play for the scuttle crab. You take things slow. BJ just styles.
スマイトは使った。
Now here comes the TP
でも
Glory.
すぐに割ってますね。
Coming
ス
in
マイトは
here, it's Glory
ルブラさん
joining the play.
ナイスラッシュ。
Glory still gets out with
ラ
his
カンのウ
life.
ルトを
It's
使わ
just
せました。
Clones
ルブ
gonna
ラ
go
のフ
down
ラッ
in
シ
the
ュで。
end.
And now Nuke teleports
こ
into
れは
mid
ワー
lane.
ス。
Options to re-enter the fight with the Leandry's complete. Crowny's pretty low
代わりに
on
ルブラ
mana.
の
Still
TP が
not the freest objective, but they are going to kick it off.
It felt like there was positive TP with the flank there, but Glory actually just gets burst out, and now it feels like BDS have the
これは
advantage of the back of the team.
ジブでしょ。無理ですね。無理です。
BJ, you got to channel the resets here. Glory just can't re-enter the fight. Team Wales were stronger, but a misstep on that teleport position, I feel, like I was talking about, kind of hard to get those flanks off. You need a little bit more distance between the enemy team or you just get popped.
ドラゴンが1分
Especially
半
when
で
they
す。
know where you're teleporting.
そこで
Like,
頑張りましょう。
this is a composition from BDS that definitely has the ability to target
カサン
CC
テ対レネクトン。
someone,
カ
so
サンテ
you can't
強い
really
な。
afford to go the way that he went.
Yeah, you're also on the LeBlanc at this point in the game. You're more stacked
レ
into
ネク
points
トン
in
が
W
苦
as
しんでま
opposed
す
to
よ。
your Q. So it's a little bit harder. Like later in the game, you can W forward QR.
ヘラルド取ったけど、その
This
分
stage
ド
of the
ット
game,
が
you got to be like double Wing in, so that puts you in a lot of risk of just being chain CC'd.
ドットタワーかなり削れました。
Exactly like we saw right there.
See what Team Wales can do to regain control, because I feel like that was a crucial moment in the game for BDS, right? It felt like slowly but surely Wales were like eking these little advantages out time and time again. This Herald will kind of reinvigorate BDS a little bit, get a bit more confidence back, see what they can get with the Herald. In the meantime, though,
スマイト上がる
Wales,
か。
they don't feel like they need Herald. They're going to be able to get this bot tier 1 just with pressure.
It's time for a dragon. BDS just took a reset on Crowny, and that cost them bot lane turret, mid lane turret very, very low. But it does mean coming into this dragon fight, he's feeling very strong. Everyone pretty even in items across the board. Yeah, Team Wales are 2k ahead, but first items all completed. It's really just components that are going to be separating the two.
I felt a little bit close there. BJ gets out with his life. And I've got to say, and I hope you're right, I hope we get a Drake in 5 seconds. I'm channeling my inner LPL desperately, trying to divine a
ザヤが
fight
装備更
out of
新
this
して戻ってきます
situation.
ね。
It's 2 kills on the board at almost 20 minutes.
相手ヘラルドを出してスロー処分している。
Double teleport wards.
処分させている間に視界を取りに行くと。
Just in the thick of things, but
あ、ちょっとやりすぎかこれは。
Adam's been found, but they don't use
Renekton
the
の
ultimate from the Cassante knockback. Is going to be enough though. Adam, low
Renekton
HP
の
and taken down. Team Wales
川
once
に打ち
again
と足を
3 kills
入れ
on
た
the
すぎ
board.
て。
Trick there for them. And perhaps could
捕まっ
find
て
the
しまっ
second
た
Drake
か。
for themselves. They're building advantage after advantage.
グラガスのフラッシュ。
Just gets jumped on. He
フラッシュ
still
頑張って
gets
きた。
out somehow. The charm, the stun is there. The kill is there. Trader
なんと
1-1.
1-2
But Wales
ト
still
レー
with
ド。
the advantage, but health bars are low actually. Glory gets a root, has to dash away. And
ミ
maybe
ッド
they
プッシュナイ
BDS
ス。
get the Drake.
I mean, respect to BDS finding an angle there.
これ
Yeah, I think
BDS
BDS
困ってますよ。
Dragon. Team
とても
Wales
困
into
ってる
that mid lane
BDS
tier 2 turret on Artemis
ミッドレーン破壊される。
He's able to secure. Adam just gets caught out in mid
ド
lane,
ラゴンは
but
取れたけ
respect
ど
to BDS for
これ
finding
ワ
an
ースが
angle,
怪
seeing
し
that
い。
BJ was split away from the rest of the
ノット
team,
ワー
knowing
ス。
they have so much burst between the Gragas
Yeah.
and the Syndra.
ミ
They
ッド
get
レーン2
caught
本目も
quickly.
壊されちゃったよ。
I feel like B&J can his Wales before they'd hatched there. Steps a little too far forward, thinking perhaps BDS were backing
これ
away.
レネクトンが打ち壊し入れ
I
よ
feel
うと
like
し
Adam
た
a
と思
little
うんですよ。
disrespectful here.
Yeah, just walks up for the turret. He
Ah,
saw the
yeah.
teleport, so I think he assumed Artemis and like no one's running up mid lane in that situation. If you're teleporting to catch that wave, surely you're coming from the
こ
from
こ
the
で
river,
リー
and then
シ
he's
ンが
probably-
捕まっ
Here you
て
have it. BJ
ド
turns
ン
right around. And
リー
gets
シン
that
フラッシュ W したけどラカンのウルトで逃
BJ
げられ
goes
ま
down
せん。
from the ultimate as well. And then
ナイ
it's kind of
ス
just
ラカンとリーシンの
effort
交
from
換
Team Wales
これ
grouping
は
up
美味しい。
to finish those kills. But the health bar still plenty high. Crowny and Nuke. And this
い
is
や
kind
ザヤ
of
の
what
ミ
we
ッ
were
ド
talking
プ
about
ッ
with
シュ
the
偉か
competition
った
early
で
on
す
as
ね
well, right? Where
相手もミッ
the
ドタワーな
Syndra
い
and
で
the
すよ。
Ezreal that can kind of sit
ECB
back
タワーしか
behind
な
the
い。
Renekton, behind the Rakan, and get that front to back damage down. And I feel like the health bars at the end, you're kind of seeing the safety that these, or at least relative safety, that these two picks have been able to
ザ
use.
ヤ強いです。ナボリ完成。
If they can keep that up throughout these fights,
タワー
BDS
ゴール
still
ド。
behind in gold.
タワー2本分のゴールドを手に入れましたから、ザヤが一人で。
Getting that Drake will be a welcome
ク
boon
ラー
for
ケン
them.
ナボリ。
And we'll see what else they can find off the back of it, whether or not they can scale into this game.
All right.
レジリアルもまだ胸できた。ナイ
At
ス
the。moment, second item finished off for Crowny, but also Artemis. I feel like Artemis has just been outpacing him in these last two games. He's been such a difference maker in the team fights. And now it does seem like the pressure has really shifted almost completely in favor of Team Wales. I mean, Artemis is just full clearing the bot side jungle while BJ is looking for picks and plays around the top side of the map. So Artemis continues to snowball ahead.
Root almost lands onto Shio, not quite. I have to say,
お
I'm
ー、ナイ
impressed
ト
by
ハーベ
Team
スター
Wales
グラ
and
ダ
their
ス、いいダメージ出ますよ。あ、
sort of
ダブル使った。
flexibility. Oh
That's too
no,
much.
that's just stunned, but
ウトで逃げてい
Glory
く。
dodges it. Beautifully done. Bit of fancy footwork and a bit of fancy distortion work.
Mercury
Same.
Treads makes playing this game really unfun. Nuke scouts out BJ. Does see the
おー、
part
シンドラそのブッシュ
traveling
ちゃんと
over
警
there,
戒
but
で
yeah,
きてます。
4 Merc
素晴らしい。
from Team Wales?
100点。
What are you gonna do? Your pick options just aren't really there, especially because tied into the slipperiness. Lee Sin, LeBlanc, you hit them with any amount of CC, they're immediately snapping out of there with the W dashes.
Yeah, absolutely. Team Wales adapting well in this series. We saw game number 1, Adam destroying, and we all know
いや、お
BDS
互いに
love
コ
a
ント
dragon.
ロール
It
ワ
feels
ード
like
と
the
量
longer
が
this
す
series
ご
has
いで
gone
す
on,
な。
the more they've been able to A, contain what Adam's doing in the top side, but B, actually contest these early dragons. Not allow those being kind of the two win conditions we've seen from BDS today, and sort of denying both of them here in game 3.
Yeah, Team Wales have played very nicely when sort of
い
grouping
や、
up
ワニ
together.
さんのフルコン加算点にゼロダメージなんですけど。
Those objectives. Vision control has been on fire as well.
硬すぎ。
Makes it really hard for BDS to sort of cross
加
the
算点は次
threshold
行ってア
and
ゴイ
get
ル
into
買い
river.
ますね。
Just currently, stacking up, farming in side lanes, and this was kind of how BDS tried to play the second game, and one of the reasons why it looked so silly from them almost, where they were just giving up everything, because they would just like go and spread out, play all 3 lanes, and farm once they fell behind. It did mean that the Baron plays from Team Wales didn't give them huge gold leads, because while Team Wales was grouping, BDS was just farming everything under the sun, but it did mean Team Wales stacked objective after objective after objective, and that's going to be a serious concern.
シンドラはシャドウフレームまでもうちょっとお金がいるか。もうちょっと足りない。
Find their way back in. I'm amazed at how quiet this one has been, honestly, especially when we saw the Lee Sin LeBlanc locked in. I was like, okay, early action, let's go. But realistically, these kind of picks, they don't have to just be used for fighting. Like the early presence that they
レ
give
ネクトンがス
also
テラ
can
ッ
be
クを購入
a
してくる
deterrent
でしょう
for。the enemy team. So you can just take more objectives, you can take more
Yeah.
space without
あ
the
の
fight
ス
ever
テラック
beginning.
完成しました。
Also, BJ is outpacing Shio
ドラ
inside
ゴン
the jungle
45
clear,
秒で
rushing
す。
the gold drinker, all of these things. Now he can go full on tank. It's a spirit visage. He's just going to be a giant
リ
meat
ーシンは
shield
これビサージュ
for
買
all
う
of the
つも
magic
り
damage
ですね。
that
まあ相
BDS
手
are gonna be firing
3対
at
2
him.
聞いてエスリアルも魔法ダメージ出ますから。
Opportunity, but LeBron dashes out
魔
to
法ボーイが
safety.
積むのは非常にいい選択だと
Yeah, keep your
思
eyes
い
on
ま
the
す。
angles at which Team Wales can approach, because anyone can flank. Cassante, Lee Sin, LeBlanc, and us. Each one of them accomplishes something very different, but it starts with
ドラゴン
BJ
湧くぞ
control of the
16
bot side
秒
jungle, stealing away wolves, putting down control wards, full bot side push from Sparta as well. BDS can't fight the dragon
トッ
because
プ
if
レ
they
ーン
walk
と
into their jungle,
ト
even
ッ
if
プレー
they
ンの
make
セ
it
カンド
in,
タワー都
someone's
市でき
going
て
to be
ます。
coming
ナ
from
イス。
behind them, man.
I mean,
エレクトンは地域持ってますよ。
control bottom side for Team Wales. BDS have to
これ
just
どうするん
accept
だ
it, have to back away, look towards that top side instead. Clear vision towards Baron.
相手ドラゴン捨てましたか。
I'm not really sure what the play is, but Adam in the meantime trying to get onto this
ド
tier
ラゴン
2.
捨てて
Glory
セカンド
moving
タワーに
over
プレッ
to
シャーかけて
answer.
ます。
Fairly lonely right now. Bia is nearby. He'll just be able to clear the way. I'm amazed he jumped back in there. That felt dicey.
That is just disrespectful, man. Glory is having a good time.
All for a single Q.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he got 100 damage out of that.
No, he's just saying a little goodbye kiss on the way out.
お
Hello.
ミッドも割れた。
You
ナ
went
イ
for the
ス。
turret again? What happened last
Oh
time?
no, Adam really wanted that tier 1 in the mid lane. The feathers are
Renex
there. He's rooted up. And
倒せません。それは
once
さらばです
again, just 1v1ing Adam. Sparta comes in to take the kill at the end, but let's be honest, Artemis had that
ミッ
beautiful
ド割れて
stuff.
逃げられればよかったけど、死んじゃうとバロン
Yeah,
が
simple as that.
I can't. I don't know what to do, man. Like, Adam just runs in for the turret again. It feels like a side effect almost of how dominant game 1 was, that he's just playing unhinged a little bit, going for that, thinking he's absolutely unkillable, like in the Darius match. And now Luis in flank, the teleport behind. It's a team fight for Team Wales.
Here we go.
お、なんか見えた。一瞬見えた。いつ？シンドラフラッシュ、リーシン死亡。カサンで素晴らしい。強化強いレッチッチ。SR のフラッシュです。
He wants to make quills, he wants to write BDS's epitaph. But now it's EP in from BDF. The re-engage could come on through. I don't think they're going to be able to find their mark though. Glory has the fancy footwork, has his W's available. So one for one in the
end. I like the idea,
maybe a little bit too much from Team Wales. BJ couldn't quite find the kick he was looking for. I think the best target in terms of his angle was going to be Crowny, but because Crowny has the arcane shift, he didn't commit to it. Then he kicks Nuke, but there's not immediate follow-up, so he gets absolutely popped. One for one though, still not so bad for Team Wales.
ゴールドは GW が3000ゴールド有利。これ一瞬映っちゃってバレたんですよ。いつシンドラがフラッシュで逃げウルト使いました。カサンテとノーチャスが素晴らしいエンゲージですよ。3人ノックアップしました。
And then Artemis is obviously there to just absolutely sweep up with the damage. Oh, hang
お、なんかバロン触ってます。
Team Wales in the pit right now.
大丈夫かこれ。お、リーシンちゃんとドラゴン取って1位。レネクトすごい回復量だけど。
in the middle of the pit dashes out to safety. But as to all of Team Wales, they get a Baron for nothing.
グラガスもスマイトバトル結構強いですよ。シュートウルトでかなりダメージ出ますから。もうリーシンがちゃんと取りましたよ。ナイスリーシン。
I mean, you've got to feel the pressure on BDS right now as the European seed in play-ins as the favorite.
ザヤがマルモティウス完成しました。グラガスとシンドララカンエズリアル魔法ダメージ出してきますのでかなり硬いですよこのザヤは。素晴らしいアイテム選択だと思います。この BF ソードは多分ブラッドサースターでしょ。 ブラッドサースター以外 BF バス素材のアイテム確かなかったと思うのでみんなでボットプッシュします。ルグラは1人だけミッドに行くとスプリットするのは安全なチャンピオンがいいですね。ルブランはかなり安全にサイドプッシュできるチャンピオンですから。
The level up this player has had across the course of today. Game number 1 was an absolute disaster. Game number 3 he's looking fantastic.
ボットを壊したので今度はトップのセカンドタワーを取りに行くと。レネクトフラッシュないです。あいやー見てられません。カサンテの CC はノックアップとかノックバックなので経験できない。モーチャースもノックアップ持ちノックアップという CC が経験できない最強の CC なんですよ。サプレッションより強いかもしれない。サプレッションはサッシュで解除できますからノックアップ解除できないんですよね。これノックアップノックバックこれもサプレッションからのまたノックアップですよ。何もできず。いやドラゴンも当然取れません。3ドラゴンです。
It's a full item lead on both bot laners and mid laners for Team Wales.
You know the cruel irony of this.
これは TW かなり勝ちに近いですよ。順調です。とても順調。いやカサンテからのキャッチがとてもうまくいってます。1試合目のダリウス対レネクトンあれは一体何だったのか。
At the 30-minute mark, that is mind-blowing. 4 items strong already.
14分3300ゴールド差をつけられた悲しいレネクトンの姿がありました。お、シンドラフラッシュ、ナイス。いや、ちょっとこれは入れない。その場所で戦うのはちょっと良くない。こういう狭い場所でシンドラ相手に戦うと良くないことが起こります。
Disrespecting own BDS forced into their jungle. It's just full on despair o'clock from BDS.
It's brutal. We need a miracle. And you know what? In the last game, we almost saw that miracle.
シンドラ、ボイドスタッフのお金が欲しそうですな。お金が欲しいんですけれども、エズリアルとレネクトにファームを取られて、お金が手に入れられません。頑張ってファームしてます。これでボイドが完成するのかな。
Maybe I'm just a doomer, but I don't see how Ezreal can effectively deal damage like against this front line. It's tough. Yeah, they've specced a little bit more.
完成しません。
Maybe BJ isn't
もうちょっとお金がいる。
health bar is pretty massive, but there's not a ton of armor to back it up. But like Ezreal needs to find ways to hit the priority targets, and BDS's own front line is pretty malleable. You know, Adam's the tankiest dude, and he's getting popped in the fights. He's got insane healing, don't get me wrong. The Gore Drinker plus Q-Proc in the last fight was ridiculous. But I don't know, LeBron and Shio kind of have to wait, have to play back. There's not the front line to give space to Nuke and Crowny that Team Wales have at their disposal.
And I feel like we talked about Nuke and Crowny as being like being able to do safe damage front to back, but that only functions.
ドラゴン3分、バロン40秒。このレネクトン、ずっとサイドプッシュして、敵のタワーを破壊してます。
Real cheeky with it. Shio sneaking on forwards. Glory could be in trouble. LeBron's moved over.
コントロールワード発見。危ないぞ。危ないぞ、ルブラン。
They found a shutdown to go into the pocket of Nuke.
And this is 20 seconds before Baron. I think this might be BDS's best shot. Push out top wave, get on
い
this
やー、
Baron.
これうまくキャッチしましたね、BDS が。バロンやられてしまう。
This would be unreal if BDS can come back now. We said they
コン
needed
トロールワードを
a
壊
miracle.
さ
They
なけれ
needed
ば
to
いけ
get
ないという
creative.
使命感によりルブランやられました。
Finding the pick. But BJ is in the area. Sparta
コントロールワードベイトですか。こ
buy
れが
stakes for his team. Keep your eyes on Artemis or on Adam as he's kicked back into the fight.
ラケットをストップウォッチで時間稼がれましたよ。
Could be going down
ちょっと
here.
試合が怪しい。
Gets away, gets the
レネクトンへのフォーカス
CC.
が。
Adam finds one to answer the play, but Artemis will take him
よ
down
し、倒しきった。ナイス。
anyway.
あれ
Double kill for the Baron.
バロン止まってる。
And Baron
なんですと。
next on the chopping block. Crowdy could be in trouble. He actually jumps forward. He jumps at BJ,
あ、
but into the
カサンデのフラッシ
Sparta trades places. Baron still
ュ。
going
カサンデの9フラッシュは次の、今回のパッチでできなくなりました。なのでこのワールズのパッチだけですね、カサンデの9フラッシュが見れるのは。グラガスもノーフラッシュ。よし、バロン止めた。ナイス。
At least they didn't lose the Baron.
まあ、ルブランが捕まるときにラカンがウルトを使ったので、
My God, that felt close.
そういう意味では、無駄なしではなかったと。バロン止められたので OK ですよ、これは。リーシンウルトはない。
He wants to try get into the pit.
わあ。
Too little, too late. Baron.
そして1分後にドラゴンが湧くと。
Three Drakes already with the
いや、
next
こ
one
れ
spawning in a minute's time.
CW
Everything they could want is in their favor. Artemis is
大手でしょ、これ
practically
は。
full build.
大
His
手。
last time was a stopwatch, so
It's a
basically
GA
more valuable
actually.
than most.
Yeah, he just finished it off. I mean, look, BDS the right idea.
まあ、これうまく隠れてましたね。
Finds this pick. Glory is
うま
gone.
うまいこと敵をキャッチしましたよ。こんなところにいると思わなかったんでしょう。
And I think LeBron entered this fight, but Crowny, Nuke, and Shio just sit
リーシンの
inside.
フラッシュウルト決めていく。
They're hitting.
レネクトンがストップウォッチ使ってかなり時間を稼いだんですけど、
Instead of just being stuck in the pit.
ザヤが強いですわ。
Decision to turn, it felt.
です。
And now they have to run away to the top side. Artemis is free hitting. You have to jump on Zaya, or you can't play a front to back.
And now the Baron power play for Team Wales. The fourth, I think, Baron power play for Team Wales across the course of the last two games here.
ワード壊して視界を取っていきましょう。
Break up in 5 seconds time. Shio trying to get cheeky onto Glory again.
ルブラン、ウルトは
Even cheekier onto Shio.
あります。
Good chunk of his health for it.
うまく
Dragon's been started up here. Soul point.
でもザヤ、ウルトフラッシュがあるので倒しきるの難しい。
But now the rest of the team regroups. They can't
ラカンの CC からうまくやらないといけないけど。わあ、スマイト強いな。リーシンがドラゴンソウル取りました。このジャングラースマイト負けません。
BDS to this wave in mid lane. If they can save those ranged minions, there's a cannon there too. They're just gonna delay. Maybe get some pressure down on this inhib tower.
BJ still has his Dragon Rage available, so you've got to be
お、
careful.
エズリアルの銃が痛いですよ。
BJ will
まだも
pull the trigger on that kind of play.
ドットレンプッシュできてない。
Once again, just great control from Team
ミッドトップを
Wales.
していこ
Now
う。
with Soul on top of that Baron, they are feeling fantastic. They are feeling on the cusp of taking this upset against the LEC 4th seed.
Sparta, Glory, Artemis, all level 18. Full
リ
build
ファーナル
on
ソウル、
Artemis now.
ルグラのダメージがすごいんじゃないですか。
I don't think BDS have an answer to him.
リーシンの注意でも
Sparta, Glory, Artemis, I thought you were going
ソウル
like
が発動するので
300 angle here.
遠くダメージがなかなか出ますよ。
But it feels like Team
リー
Wales
シン
are
中
going gladiator style.
惜しい。
They want revenge for what happened in game number 1. Lebrov is caught, dashes out, gets himself to safety as the siege begins. Only playing for one lane right now, Team Wales.
Yeah, they're gonna have to send Glory, I think, to pick up that top wave. It slows down. I feel like, yeah, Team Wales haven't been able to generate too much off their Baron plays, but it doesn't matter.
いや、怖くてジャングル入れないですよ。お
Now
ー
with the Infernal Soul
警
on
戒していっ
top of
て。
it all, Glory can look for just insane poke damage. That was just AQ. No R duplicate
Lugura
involved
危ない。
there whatsoever, but oh,
Safe.
nice attempt from Shio to turn. Glory's just too flexible.
That's tower going down. His name is Artemis, Maximus, Meridius, Decimus, whatever the name is in that film. And they've taken one tower down. But again, it feels like every
Baron
single time we
バグあった
see
けど、
power play from Team Wales, my criticism
カバー
is
一本で済み
they're
そうで
not
すね、
really
被害
able
は。
to get that much off of these Barons. It doesn't feel like they're using the Barons to great effect.
リーシン隠れてる。
Yeah, looks
わお、
Crowny, that's his flash gone.
ナイスノーチラス、エズリアルのフラッ
You know,
シュ。
maybe it's unfair to say they never look for the chance, but it just narrow misses sometimes. No, I think that Team Wales have been a little bit overly patient with their Baron plays. At the same time, they feel they have the
素晴らしい
scaling,
です
they
この
have the
サポート
stronger
は。
team fight, so can't fault them for not necessarily wanting
39 CS のノーチラスのフラッシュと381 シリーズのエズリアルのフラッシュ。
Maybe something to eye as you look later into this tournament, but for now,
とんでもないトレードですよ、これは。
I do think as well, like, you know, spending my year commentating JDG, you become impatient.
It's
you know,
it's valid.
Like when they get a Baron, they win within the next 3 minutes of the game. So,
バロン1分40秒、エルダー3
so
分。
maybe just need to hone that in. a
エル
little
ダーバ
bit.
トルしたくないな。
We usually
チ
wait
ータ
for
ー
the
とリュ
third
ウターは
Baron before we look to end the game.
もう
It's just
このま
really
ま試合
rubbing
終わら
salt
せ
in
た
the
いけど
wound to BDS. Like
な
imagine
かなか終わらせてくれない。
you've actually lost the game by like 28 minutes.
レネクトン
but then you're forced to stay in the server
341
for 20
強い
more
です
minutes, losing fight
育ってる
after fight,
かなり。
Baron after Baron after Dragon. Meanwhile, they
農
just
地
build
区危
more
ない。
MR. I don't know. I'd be tilted.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. A BDS, you know, this is a double elim. They still have the opportunity to make
危ないです、この場所は。
even if they lose
逃げま
this
しょう。
game. But they certainly would have
ノーチラス
they
フ
would
ラッ
have
シュ
been
ない
coming
ですから。
today with expectations of winning, right? They are definitely the team that should be coming out of play-ins with the expectations of finishing plays, you know, of making it out, making it into the Swiss, joining their LEC brethren. So far, it feels like Team Wales might just have their number. It's a disastrous place to be for BDS, a team with such expectations after
エ
beating.
ザヤがフルビルド。
I appreciate that you have so
ガ
much
ーディアンエン
faith
ジェル購
in
入。
BDS. I can never be too sure. I always
Ezreal
have my
はまだ
doubts
4
coming
個。
in internationally because it is just such a different game.
It is.
And that's kind of what we've seen here. Like ever since if Adam isn't
次
1v9ing the game,
のバロンでしょ。
how do BDS actually play
次の
around
バロ
here?
ン、
Because
そ
they
の前
have
に
not
誰
looked
か
very
キャッ
strong
チ
in the
したい
team。fights, and that was a
お
big
互いに
strength
ジャ
of
ッジが
theirs.
強い
I
構
felt
成
the
ですから、
majority of the LEC
誰か一人
team
キャッチ
fights
したい
around
ですよ。
objectives, around Dragons,
特に
always
エズリアル
so
今
good
フラッシュありま
there.
せんから。
Today, it has been lackluster, and the way they've been picked out in the mid game has just been downright sloppy.
あとはルグランとリーシンの遠くでリーファーナルソウルのダメージを与えていくと。
Phenomenal. His team fighting is fantastic. Even the plays like, you know, him and Bia essentially just
これ
2v2ing
バロン
Crowning and Lebrov finding the kill early on. In a match
バロン取って試合を終わらせたいんですけれども
it's not
TW
necessarily
は
easy to just
TW
find
が
simple
かなり
kills
勝って
against
るので
Ezreal
エルダー
against the
ファイトとか かに行きたくないですね。エンターファイトとかバロンのスマイトバトルとかは絶対したくない、しないと思うんですけれども、こうやってポークして敵を下がらせるか。敵をキャッチして誰か一人倒せれば全然違うんですけど、おー、サヤがバロン回収した。シンドラのフラッシュ、リーシン危ないぞ。それ以上はガーディアンエンジェル持ってはいるけど、ルブランさんナイス TP です。素晴らしいゾーニャ。シンドラの注意を避けていったんですけど、火山手が最強ですわ。ナイスジジン。ようやく GG ですね。さっきピッコ前のバロンでもうちょっと皮取りたいと思ってたんですけれども、ミッドのインシビタータワーしか取れなくて、これ勝つんですね。1試合目のダリウスのあの暴れようを見てから、その後逆転で2回勝利ですよ。 CW が BDS に逆転勝利となりました。 GG です。いや、ダリウス版が効いてましたよ。勝因ダリウス版間違いなし。